As the Huskies enter year 6, it is filled with a lot of questions. This team moved to the Big Ten last year, had a really great season, and Jalen Leanne took over the history books for college football wide receivers. This team won its first playoff game, but now going into this year, we have to prove that this past season wasn't a fluke, and we weren't just carried by a handful of guys. Jalen Leanne's gone. Roxy Kennedy is gone. This team has a whole new cast of weapons. 3 new starters at wide receiver, a new starting running back, and a couple of new pieces coming in on the defensive side of the ball. And they're going to be tested early. A kickoff game here, neutral site against the Texas Longhorns, a top 10 matchup. And we kick off on offense, where this team, like I said, a lot to prove. Seti Elmira is now the veteran of this pass-catching group. They have Athaya Obamanu starting at wide receiver, who has been a return man and a number 4 receiver, but now he jumps to number 1. Also, Martin Elena starting running back on this team after his injury almost 3 years ago. He's going to be a starter on this team at the age of 23. As Seti Elmira can't bring in that pass to set up 3rd down and 9. Marvin Booker, his 3rd year as quarterback of the Huskies, and he scrambles for a 1st down. Booker for 11, and the handoff. Martin Elena is going to go to the edge where he gets 6 yards. We're going to see some new freshmen on this team as well. One that's really impressed being Ben Tryon, wide receiver. Of all the young receivers, he's the one who's gotten the nod. On top of that, running back Kellen Coley is going to be the number 2 back. 8-yard run from his first career carry as a throw to the outside. Boyan, transfer portal acquisition, number 2 wide receiver with the 1st down. And to the 15. Martin Elena is going to get him inside the 10, and what a first drop for the Huskies. Picking up right where they left off last season. Elena stopped for a loss of 4, 3rd down and 6. Booker to the air, and Booker is going to find Boyan, and he gets to the end zone. Stopped right at the half-yard line as they go. Dive, full back, it's Kellen Coley. Touchdown. We have Kellen Coley lined up at some of those full-back spots for those short yard situations. I mean, for a 240-pound running back, he is going to be a goal line machine. Texas, though, number 6 in the country for a reason. They have high expectations themselves. 2 teams looking to compete for a national title as Texas 2 first downs to start things off as they go. Play action and a sack, Masarena Laya, and the reigning top safety in the country coming up with a sack, and that would deep pass on 3rd and long. Tested Westbrooks, and it's incomplete. This secondary is going to be a big part of this season as Martin Elena taking over with a carry and having big shoes to fill. Him and Roxy Kennedy were really close the last couple of seasons, and now passing the reins over to him. He hopes to have just as much success as a missed pass there. Booker, 2nd down and 10, and pressure and sacked. Losing 7 on the play, 3rd down and 17. Booker stepping up. Booker trying to extend the play, gets it to Obamanu for 12, and a punt will have to come in. So the offense now punting after that touchdown drive. Defense, though, we talked about the secondary for a moment. Aurelius Aritz on the left side, Alex Westbrooks on the right, Masarena Alaya playing box safety. The defense wasn't without its own losses. Shaq Alba, Frank Stye graduating, a couple other players that we had to lose, but it's been okay on the defensive side of the football early on as Kellen Coley, Kellen Coley, he's not a burner, but he got free for a long run. And Kellen Coley early on impressing. Booker floats one, end zone. Oh, there's the other freshman, Ben Tryon, touchdown. This team brought in a lot of underclassmen receivers, a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores on this team. None of them really stood out as guys who could be early contributors, except for Ben Tryon, who his specialty is actually the yards after catch, and he's going to be filling in a lot of those screens and short yard situations that Jalen Leanne did. We're not going to have another Jalen Leanne walk through that door, but if we can replace some of what he does with some of these players, then that'll go a long way, as Texas's offense has been poor to start things off. Quarterback misfiring a couple of times. Booker and the offense taking over, and Obamanu is got a completion there to him to the 35. Play action. Booker stepping and moving. Booker escaping. He's extending this play. He's going to throw and Abominu. That's a great play from Booker as they hand it off. Martin Elena gets to the outside and Elena for 8 yards. 3rd down and 2, man in motion, they go option, and it was trying to get a pitch out to Tryon, couldn't do it. Booker brought down, and a field goal gives them a 17-0 lead. Did anybody expect 17-0 in the first half over the number 6 in the country, Texas, as Mondo, defensive tackle with the sack, and Texas goes 3 and out again. This has just been brutal offense from Texas. Booker taking over and just more plays to get it out onto this lead, but he throws it deep to Tryon and it's picked off. And Booker, just a poor decision there. And finally a mistake from the Huskies. Can Texas finally capitalize, do something? And that's gonna go potentially a long way, but he couldn't reel it in. Aurelius Aritz making the play, and Aurelius Aritz, they tested him again. This time, got an interception, and Aritz down to the 9. And everything going wrong for Texas. Aurelius Aritz has just been getting better and better every year, and he's going to start his senior season with an interception to set up 1st and goal for the Huskies. Got Kellen Coley in the backfield. They'll throw. Booker gonna scramble. Booker blocked, and a touchdown. They got the block from the fullback, and it gets into the end zone. 24-0 with halfway through the 2nd quarter, and Texas a 1st down. Big one there. I mean, you need to put points up on the board at some point. And another bad throw. Texas just cannot connect. And a throw over the middle. This one good. But man, I mean, this is already like 3 or 4 misfires from Texas's passing game as they hit the flats for 7 yards. At the 10 now, 4 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Down the middle, touchdown to the tight end. And the Longhorns finally find the end zone and maybe shaking off those early season jitters as Elena on the toss play. I don't know how many wide runs like that we're going to see, because neither of these running backs are particularly fast, but we're going to see a couple of them at least to mix them in. Elmira with the 1st down grab, and we're really going to see how much Seti Elmira can be relied upon as a number 1 pass catcher on this team. There he is again with 10 yards as Elena fake it to a Booker, tackled in the backfield, loss of 3. 3rd down and 4 as Booker sacked again. This one just beat on the inside. Couldn't really do much about it as Texas takes over. Despite how rough it's been, if you find some points here taken into the half, at least just down by 14, I think you take that with how things have started as Longhorns, the 43, throw in middle, got an open man, and it brought down for a 1st down at the 30-yard line. They go quick RPO, hit Trout, got him completed for 6 more. We're under a minute to go in the half. Texas already in field goal range, and 3rd down stop. That'll be 3. And Texas field goal just sneaks in the right upright. And NIU with just 50 seconds to go takes it to half. Pretty content with what they've been able to do. 24-10 at the halfway point and over 200 yards of offense. Texas, meanwhile, -8 on the ground. Obviously, the sacks played a factor there, but they just haven't been able to run the ball. And they're starting off the 2nd half with the ball, running it for 9. So back into the positives for now, at least. And they're going to really try to establish this run game finally. A 1st down carry there at the 48-yard line. Keep it on the ground. Sweep it to the edge. Get some nice blocking. Gets around the corner. And a big run for Texas. There you go. Longhorns finally figuring out the ground game. As this time in NIU, 3 yards. 3rd down and 7 from the 24. Got an open man right in the middle and finally finds him. Just no space in the middle as he gets inside the 10, down to the 6. And Texas, they can make this a 1-score game. Play action in the face of pressure, gets it out to the tight end. He won't get far too, but beats getting sacked there as it's 3rd and goal from the 4. Set up the running back. Got it in his hands, but Serena Laya tracks him down. And a field goal try will be good. Texas, though, 13 straight points. And now an 11-point game as the offense for the Huskies taking over. Elmira will have 3. 3rd down and 7. Want to avoid a 3 and out here. Texas maybe going to get some momentum if they can get a stop here. Booker on the run behind Abominu. Really setting him up, though. I don't think he would have been able to reel that one in anyway. Texas has the ball back. They'll throw it deep. And gonna be knocked away and into the hands of Henry the safety. And just when Texas maybe could have put this into a one-score game, it's an interception off a deep ball tipped and broken up by Ritz. So even though Ritz doesn't get the interception credit there, he definitely caused that one. So 2 turnovers caused by Ritz. They go quick screen. Ben Tryon want to get at least a couple of those a game. This team loves their run after catch stuff. As a quick throw on the slant route, RPO, and Abamanu for the first down. Abamanu really waited for his opportunity here. A couple of years as a return man, number 3, number 4 receiver, but now number 1 on the team as Booker play action. Gets rid of it, and Kellen Coley, not a receiving threat, but he snuck out of the backfield and they lost him as Martin Elena slipping through the hole. First down at the 13 and 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Booker hit as he's throwing incomplete. 3rd down and 10. Can they find the end zone here? Booker gonna go for Elmira. No, incomplete. And they'll settle for 3. So it remains a 2-score game, but back up to 2 full touchdowns. 14 points up. Texas at least still hanging around a little bit, but gotta probably 5 points on this drive. You can't stop NIU's offense forever, and even though they've been a little bit slowed down since going up 24-0, they seemingly have gotten their footing back together. But Texas, you can't have plays like that. It was a low throw, could have been caught, but a low throw nonetheless. And Texas' quarterback has just been off target all day. Kellen Coley on the ground, and the hole's opening up for Coley. And this team maybe has a nice run game once again this season as Kellen Coley out of the backfield. And this dude barely ever caught a pass in high school. He's got 2 catches today as Martin Elena on the quick screen. 3rd down and 1. First down. We're into the 4th quarter. 2 minutes down in the 4th as Ben Tryon is going to have 8 yards. 3rd down and 2. They go Elena. First down again. And this team well within field goal range to make it a 3-score lead. Booker over the middle. Obamanu has it knocked away from his hands. And now they settle for 3. But this field goal, a crucial one, puts them up 17 with under 7 minutes to go. So Texas, they're in desperation mode now. You gotta find points. And if you don't, probably all over here. And even then, you find points, you need a little bit of help regardless. Maybe an onside kick, maybe a turnover, maybe something. As a quick throw to the outside. Got him for a first down. And all NIU doing, trying not to allow any big plays. Just make them take their time if they're going to score. But they want the big play. Throw it in deep. And knocked away in the back corner by Ritz. 4th down and 10. Basically, could be your game here. Westbrooks knocks it away. And NIU takes over with 4 minutes to go. And Martin Elena is going to have a big run. Not as fast as he used to be, but just fast enough to go all the way inside the 15-yard line. As Huskies, they eventually do get stopped. 4th and 1. I mean, they could have went for it, but they have no reason to really sweat. They just take the field goal from short distance. They do have a new freshman kicker, so maybe letting him work it down. And on 4th down again, Texas tested a Ritz, picked off again. And Aurelius Ritz has 2 interceptions and a 3rd one that was swatted into the hands of a teammate. So Ritz ends it 33-13. Texas, no answer. Now, we do have an injury to report on. Cortez Cook, this team's starting left tackle, got knocked out earlier on that Texas game. He tore his pec. He's out for the season, so a big blow to lose our left tackle early on. But that win, as we speak about the positives, jumps us to number 1 in the country and taking on Baylor on the road. Alejandro Easy, a Baylor alum, as our head coach, getting to come home. And not only that, you're taking on one of the top quarterbacks in the nation, Tyrone Austin. And Austin transferred from Oklahoma to Baylor and now has got his Baylor squad 1-0 in the season so far. And Tyrone Austin picking apart this defense early on in this one. They wanted the ball first. They wanted to go and put this number 1 team to the test. And Austin, it's got a big play, spinning up a defender. Baylor, touchdown. What a start. We talked about Texas's quarterback with misfires. We're not going to have that today. We're not going to have that luxury of missed passes. Tyrone Austin, about as good as it gets, as Marvin Booker down 7-0 and Elena on the carry. They got the first 2 touches and they both go for a nice gain. Booker, 2nd down and 10 though, as he got hit. Had to get rid of it, and it's incomplete. 3rd down for Booker, as he'll flow one down the field. He's got Tryon, and Ben Tryon got free deep to the 24. A couple of big plays from Ben Tryon early on. The freshman getting involved, and he gets another one to the 13 and a 1st down. As Booker in the red zone is going to find Cooper. Touchdown. This is one of the other transfer receivers that we brought in. And we really just are relying on anybody to break out here and really snatch that target share by force. Like, we need somebody to show like we are prioritizing them and we have a reason to do so. Abominu's been solid. I think Tryon's been nice. And speaking of nice, we have to really lock in here on defense as Tyrone Austin already 150 yards on the first quarter. And the run, Baylor to the 5. This offense for Baylor, tough to stop as they sneak it for a 1st down and goal at the 1. Handoff, Serentine stops them for a loss, 3rd down and goal. And they'll go to the ground again, spinning up a defender, can't get free. And a 4th down and goal from the 7. They got a kick, field goal, good. Baylor, though, just amazing on offense so far. As the screen set up, Seti Elmira will have 6 yards on the play. Last play of the first quarter, we'll toss it out. Elena gets a block from Coley, and Martin Elena with a lot of room. It'll have 16 yards on the play as we have a action-packed first quarter coming to an end. Tryon coming across the field, and Ben Tryon. Man, I'm already really impressed with what Ben Tryon's doing as Martin Elena has a yard on the play. 3rd down and 9, flag down, got an early jump, and we'll have a couple extra yards in our favor, make this 3rd down a little bit easier here. 3rd and 4 from the 31. Booker will throw, and with time, finds a receiver. It's low, and Obamanu can't reel it in. They'll have to settle for 3, and we're tied up. Touchdown on each opening drive, field goal on each second drive. Now the 3rd drive. What do you got here? Tyrone Austin gets the bubble out. 8 yards. We wanted to really test ourselves, and we have a lot of feature players, highlight players that we are playing. Tyrone Austin being one of many, as they're going to throw outside for an incomplete pass. Westbrooks breaks it up. 3rd down and 10. And pressure in, and he got hit. Incomplete. And a punt 4. So Baylor not able to do anything on offense, and could get a little worrying. If you want to take out the #1 team in the country, you got to keep pace with us, because we were scoring just as an efficient rate. We forced the punt, and Ben Tryon open to the 37. And Ben Tryon, let's keep it with them. Jet pass. Tryon got the speed and got to the 1st down. And we might be onto something here. Floating into the end zone, though. And Seti Elmira, touchdown. This offense, maybe no Jalen Leanne, maybe no Roxy Kennedy, but at least so far haven't lost too much of a beat, as we've had some, really nice players to fill things in. I mean, Kellen Coley's already been impressive. Ben Tryon as a freshman's been impressive. So 2 true freshmen really shining so far in the first 6 quarters of this season, as Baylor 2nd down and 2. Austin, we send the blitz, and he's chased and sacked. Jamie Cleveland gets in there. 3rd down and 10. They set up the screen, and nice job from Hoffrichter getting in there to stop it. An edge rusher just sniffing out that wide receiver screen as Ben Tryon, look at him. We're just getting him the ball and letting him work. He's already got 100 yards in the first half as Booker, what in the world did I just watch? Booker, what is that? Turnover. I don't know what that was. I really don't have an explanation for you. He just kind of stood still, and I don't know. Maybe he was just, the moment was too big for him there. I don't know, but Baylor just got handed great field position from the 11. End zone knockdown. And Baylor's going to have to settle for 3, so that's going to go down also. I mean, that should go down as an interception, but it doesn't. It goes down as a fumble for some reason. I don't even know. Martin Elena, though, on the carry. We'll just try to scrub our memories from what the heck I just witnessed there. And it's 17-13. And there's Fallon on the ground. This is one of the other freshmen getting a big play, as Fallon will go for 30. and tossing one out. Here's Elena on the edge, and Martin Elena, no gain. As now 3rd and 10, quick to the flats. They go Abamanu's way. He's not going to be able to get the first down marker, and a field goal try once again for the freshman kicker. Barely sneaks it in. That was close. 20-13 your score, as that ball almost picked off Austin. Got away with one there. 3rd down and 10, 53 seconds to go. Austin with time, and he's gonna find a receiver wide open, and he breaks a tackle as well to get a couple extra yards to the 49, as Austin working with this 1-minute drill, not even a 2-minute drill here. 2nd down and 4, quick inside, got the tunnel screen, got him for a 1st down into field goal range, and Baylor pretty content with what they have done on this drive. We'll go for the field goal. Kick is good, and we'll go into the half with a really exciting scoring battle between these two offenses. 20-16, a lot of yards being put up. Baylor 243 yards through the air. They've thrown it almost 30 times in the first half. They are letting Tyrone Austin be the reason why they have a chance in this one, and I guess that makes sense. You want to go and beat the top team in the nation, go and let your best player be the reason, as there's a flag down here to start the second half, and NIU with the ball. It'll be a holding, so back us up. 2nd down and 20, Booker to the air, and there it is, wide open. It's Ben Tryon, knocked out of bounds for 19 yards, and Booker hands it off. Elena is not going to get there, 1 yard off. They're going to go for it. How about the little dive inside to Kellen Coley? And they didn't have any answer for that one. Booker is going to throw once more with time, and Booker outside. Oh, it's snagged and intercepted. He tried to get that one over the dropping edge rusher, but he couldn't do it. I mean, I guess impressive of an edge rusher to drop back in coverage like that and snag an interception. You just don't expect that to happen. But needed to get that ball a little higher, as now Baylor taking over, and they're already driving to the 29-yard line, halfway through the 3rd, as Austin, lot of time, he'll run, and Austin hit down 4th and inches. They'll go for it. Big play here, got the 1st down, and more, gain of 11. And now inside the 10, swing it outside, got room, inside the 5, down to the 3. Can they take the lead? No, not yet. 4th and 2, they're going again. That's another bold call this time, not gonna work. Baylor stopped inside the 5, and Martin Elena gets us out of safety territory. Still though, 3rd down situation. Booker, he's got Tryon, but he missed him just over his head. And Booker is going to have to force us to punt, and they get great field position. And Tyrone Austin on the read option. You don't expect him to run for 26 yards. He can move. He's just not what you would say is a dual threat. He's just somebody who, you know, don't let him run like that. Don't let him sneak out. As 3rd down, Baylor stopped, and this one too far away to go for it. Field goal good. 20-19 is your score. The defense is doing a good job of holding in these situations where they've made Baylor take a lot of field goals. Tryon with another 1st down, and Ben Tryon, I mean, it's just a coming out party for him. Booker on the run. That's an impressive throw and an even better catch. Abamanu for the 1st down, and Martin Elena to wrap up the 3rd quarter as a 1st down carry. 4th quarter on, and Booker is gonna find City Almira, and if he was able to keep running, that could have been gone for a touchdown. Instead, at the 21-yard line, here's Boyed inside the 10 to the 9. Goldugo, can you find the end zone here? Booker, quick pass, Abamanu, touchdown, Huskies. Rather than go for 2 for the 2-score lead, they just opt to play it safe, kick the extra point, and trust their defense that has been bending, not breaking. Austin, though, 3rd down and 2, testing Westbrooks, and it's knocked away. That means they're gonna punt it. So Baylor, they gotta really hope their defense comes up with something here, as Booker is gonna throw one over the head of Almira, had him open. Instead, 2nd down and 10, and Martin Elena with the carry, and Elena 1st down. Martin Elena doing his thing right now. Kellen Coley gets the carry now. And maybe a little bit more trust heading Kellen Coley's way. Draw play. It's Coley. Lot of room. Ball's over the safety. And Kellen Coley, just a bowling ball. So hard to tackle in the open field for any DB. And then Martelena back in he comes. Spinning away and getting 17 more. He's near 100 yards on the game. As Elena upended, loses 4. And 2nd and 14. Under 5 to go. Booker rolling. Booker throwing. Boy, yeah. First down, closing in on it as they go direct snap. Kellen Coley, 4th and inches. They're going to go for it. Coley again. And he's got him to the 1. Goal to go. How about Martelena punching it in? Touchdown, Huskies. And Baylor with under 4 to go. You really need a lot to happen here, and I think the story will just be Baylor not able to find the end zone when they got close. They settled for too many field goals. I'm not going to sit here and act like the game is absolutely over, but Maserena almost ended it there with a pick. Instead, it'll be 4th and 3. They'll run, and close, but he got it. We're under 3 minutes to go. They're in scoring territory, and over the middle, that'll be caught. They still have all their timeouts and the 2-minute warning. As that throw, and we got a jump on it, but he reels it in at the 6 now. Goal to go. Austin, end zone, touchdown, Baylor. All right, they got time and they got timeouts. All their timeouts. 2-minute warning still on their favor. Elena carry. That's timeout number 1. 2nd and 5. As Kellen Coley, first down. And Coley will leave us with 1 more to get for the win. Elena carry, 4 yards. How about a little motion? And inside, Coley upended. 3rd down and 5. 2-minute warning. Play action. They're throwing. And they got it. Boyette. First down. And it ends the game. That is a really good fight from this unranked Baylor squad, who's got a lot of hope and expectations for this year as well, but not to be. And the quarterback battles do not stop. How about this one? Toledo, Cash Riley, one more time. We met Cash Riley when he first got to Toledo. Now his 3rd year at Toledo. We're going to see him one more time. This is what I mean. We got battles against key people all throughout this season. Tyrone Austin, Cash Riley. I mean, we still have another one against our next non-conference opponent, our last one of the season, where we face another one of these top prospects that we have followed throughout their careers. Cash Riley and Enrique Saunders starting at wide receiver as well. Look out for number 13, Saunders, who's going to be a top target of Riley as he gets one out there and into the red zone. Cash Riley, in his return to NIU, is going to have a touchdown as they come out swinging. We played Cash Riley in a MAC championship game, but this time it's so much different. Toledo has gone to the playoffs led by Cash Riley. He has matured ever so slightly. He's still not exactly Mr. Nice Guy out here, but a team like Toledo has kind of just given him the reins to do what he wants, and it's worked, but, that just didn't fly for us. It was not a match made in heaven. Cash Riley and NIU as 4th down hits, and Elena, 4th and 1, has the first down. I think both, sides are happy with the breakup. We're happy. Marvin Booker's been what we have wanted at quarterback. He's been pretty nice, and he gets sacked here. But for Toledo, Cash Riley has elevated them to new heights. So it's a win-win breakup as Riley and the offense take over. But how sweet would it be for Cash Riley, ranked right now, to take out the number 1 team at the stadium he once called home, inside the stadium where he once threw a Hail Mary to win a game, in the stadium where he was also ousted from this lineup by a revolting locker room, basically, and a coaching staff that was just too tired of his antics. So Booker will take back over as a drive. First one didn't go our way. This one, though, starting nicely, as that's an Elmira first down, as Booker will throw outside. Got a man city. Elmira again, 70 yards already on a big play there, as Elmira already starting hot, and Martin Elena as well for a first down. Booker to the red zone we go, rolling out, got a lot of room, he'll throw, Obamanu inside the 5 to the 4. As they go, handoff to punch it in, Elena half a yard away, we'll go to the second quarter, handoff, Kellen Coley, touchdown Huskies, we tie it up. And the first quarter came to an end with no NIU points. Second quarter starts with Husky points, and look at Cash Riley. Can't throw it better than that. With Cash Riley, it was never a talk of his talent. He always had it, but it was just the mental. And right now, yeah, Cash Riley dicing up the defense until they tried to get too aggressive. Picked off by Lynn Bryan in the end zone. He throws a beautiful pass to get them there, and then throws it to the defense once he finds a shot at the end zone. A bit of a Cash Riley experience right there. You see such beauty and then such nightmare-like plays, and they come in succession, as Elmira is going to get 9 yards. And we're really prioritizing trying to get Elmira the ball even more. Quick throw on the flats. Let's try on 3rd and inches for the first down. Booker will go with the handoff, as Elena has 2 set up 3rd and 8. And Booker, I see a lot of open room in the middle of the field. Send Elmira. They sent the blitz, and Elmira broke him in the middle. That's a massive gain. He's well over 100 yards in the first half. In back-to-back games in which a receiver has gotten 100 yards in the first half. It was Tryon last week, and now Elmira this week. Booker running, spinning off a defender, and Marvin Booker the 3 for the lead. Design rollout. Booker stops, then continues. Is going to throw. And Elmira, touchdown, Huskies. Elmira scored last week, scores this week, and we got ourselves a 7-point lead, as that's Toledo and Cash Riley coming out slinging, coming out swinging, coming out trying to tie this game up. And Riley has got a first down completion with under 4 minutes to go now in the half. We send the pressure. He gets it out. There's Enrique Saunders for 8 yards, as Toledo, I mean, they're trying to get back to the playoffs where they had an uphill battle last time around, but if they could find themselves in the playoffs again, especially, I mean, you would imagine if they go and beat the #1 team, it'll be their playoff spot to lose as that group of 5 seed. So this is a big game for them as well. You lose a game as a group of 5 spot, it's hard to get in, as Toledo does get into the end zone there from short distance. 14-14 your score. Booker and the first play taking the shot. Ben Tryon, 61 yards, and Elena goes for 9 and a touchdown. That's a quick response. Set up the play action shot play to start your drive, and Ben Tryon, yeah, I mean, 1 game is something, 2 games you can maybe say he's on a little bit of a hot streak, but the first 3 games of his career, he's gotten touchdowns, he's gotten 100-yard gains, he's got a big 60-yard play. Ben Tryon might be the answer for this team, and he's looking really special, as Cash Riley does get his team into field goal range to close out the half, and they settle for the long kick. It's good, 21-17. So I guess if there is a concern, Baylor and Toledo were able to move the ball quite a bit through the air. Both of them about 250 plus passing yards. I mean, we are facing 2 of the better quarterbacks in the country, so maybe there's your excuse, but you can't be letting top quarterbacks dice you up like this, because if you want to go and compete for a national championship, you're going to be competing against a lot of other top-rated offenses, top-level quarterback play. So that's something we got to figure out here, as Kellen Coley gets to the edge. And look at Kellen Coley starting off the second half. And Coley, I mean, impressive of a cornerback to reel him down 1-on-1 in the open field as Booker play action rollout. That defender chasing him down, but Obamanu, that's a nice throw with the defender on his back as Coley is running, stumbling, first down and goal. Now with the 1, they go handoff. Elena tries to dive in, and he can. 3rd and goal as they go hand it off Elena again, not happening. 4th and goal, going for it. Big call, and Elmira, touchdown, Huskies! And a 2-score lead for NIU, and Seti Elmira putting up multiple touchdowns in this one. It's a big day for him. And Toledo's run offense, that running back, I feel like he was limping a little bit. I don't know if he's hurt, but he got a big run regardless. Here's Enrique Saunders with another grab, and Saunders for the 1st down. So he's been a big piece of this team as he's going to get it again. Enrique Saunders now starting to heat up. Him and Riley forming that connection over these last couple of seasons. And now 7 yards on that play. Red zone opportunity. Riley, 3rd down and 3. Got it short, and he's hung on. They're making these big time conversions. Quick to the flats of the tight end. There's 6 more. 3rd quarter, winding down, screen out. Here's Saunders. He's a yard shy of the marker from the 2. Riley, keeper. Kaz Riley, touchdown. And Kaz Riley's played a pretty dang good game as the 2-point conversion open, and Enrique Saunders converts. So Saunders was a big part of that drive, had a couple of catches, and now it's 28-25 late in the 3rd quarter. Toledo is really giving us their best shot, and when you're the #1 team in the nation, you're getting everybody's best shot. Booker, 3rd down and long, big conversion here. Obama, and he breaks the tackle. That is massive. And Booker now keeps it going. Handoff Elena. And Martin Elena is able to get 8 more. 30 seconds to go. Keeper for Booker. Slides for the 1st down. 4th quarter underway. And Booker with the pump fake. He's going to drop and step down the field. Incomplete over the head of everybody. As it's 3rd down and 10. Booker will go to Elmira again. They just can't cover him. Seti Elmira for 24 more and having one of the biggest games of his career. Martin Elaine on the ground. Another 14 yards, and be huge to get the end zone here. I mean, if you just keep scoring, they're eventually going to run out of time. It's Seti Elmira at the pylon. Touchdown and a hat trick for Seti Elmira. And as much as they are trying, Toledo, they just might be outgunned right now. 8 minutes to play. Riley, he's doing all he can with the pressure in, and they got a punt, and it was a really good punt. Backs us up, but Kellen Coley, all that's going to do maybe is give us more field to try to run out this clock. Play action. Booker wide open. Ben Tryon. And Tryon, 18 more on the play. We're at 6.5 minutes, and Martin Elena, that's another 7-yard run. I mean, every run has just been good. Just a lot of room, and here he goes again. Elena, over 100 on the day. Again, Booker, quick out. There's Obamanu. And like I said, that punt that set us back may have only just given us a bunch of field to work with. Tryon on the little jet sweep, and Ben Tryon on the ground gets 10 yards. In the red zone, play action. Booker is going to run. Booker, he's going to try to get for the 1st down. Not quite there. 2nd down and 1 at the 4. Handoff inside. Coley, 1st down and goal. And Toledo needing to stop us, but they're not able to. Ben Tryon on the RPO. Touchdown. Huskies, 42 on the board. And even though Enrique Saunders just made that impressive catch right over Alea, and Kaz Riley's near 400 yards on the day, it just does not matter. It's just not happening because they are outmanned, they are outgunned, and I will give credit. Kaz Riley, end zone touchdown there. That is another one. He's played a really good game, 32 points on the board, but we recover the onside kick, up by 10 with 2 minutes to play, and Kellen Coley, 1 more 1st down. They got it. There's Elmira. Done. Game over. Booker throws for 4 touchdowns. Both quarterbacks. I mean, Kaz Riley completed over 80% of his passes, had a number of touchdowns, and impressively enough, NIU managed to throw 4 touchdowns and over 300 yards without ever having more than 3 guys catch the ball. That's pretty impressive, and it just goes to show that Toledo just could not stop our simple stuff. Like, they just could not stop, getting the ball to our best players. But we have another tough matchup here. The reason we aren't seeing a bunch of prospect highlights with the guys that we've followed over the last couple of years, Tyrone Austin, we played him. Cat Riley. We've just played him. And today, our final non-conference game, we're playing Bobby Jennings and USF, who is one of the better running backs in the nation. So we're playing all these guys that we have highlighted over the last couple of years. Fourth down hits, and NIU's opening drive will result in 3, but USF 2-0, and they are one of the top group of 5 teams looking for a playoff spot as well as USF. Look who's wide open on the flats. There's Bobby Jennings off a 1,000-yard season last year. Jennings breaks the tackle, and there goes Bobby Jennings to the 29. And a big play for Jennings as they hit one out quickly, and Alea brings them down for a gain of 5. Third down and 3 as they go play action. And with room, he'll run, sliding for the first down. As now USF really impressing in this first drive. They got a completion down to the 3 and looking for the lead. They go Jennings, stopped in the backfield. Third down and goal from the 5, and the throw with time, moving, running, out of bounds. Got to get rid of it. Fourth down and goal. They're playing to win. They're playing for the touchdown, and they got it. Touchdown, Bulls. One thing you've probably got to notice at this point, NIU's defense and allowing first drive scores. I mean, it's been a little rough the first couple of drives of the last 3 games where, you know, Toledo, Baylor, and USF all put the ball in the end zone, and now Huskies responding with Martin Elena getting a big run to the 40-yard line. Play action now as Booker is got wide open man in the flats. That's Kellen Coley. He could have maybe tested it downfield for Elmira, but wanted the easiest route as Coley for the first down, and then Booker, now he's got Elmira coming across the field to the 2. Elmira just getting free. Speed option. Booker is going to pitch it outside. Coley loses 2. Ran out of field there. Booker in the air. Third down and goal. Has Elmira to the 1. Fourth and goal. They went for it. It's our turn now. Elena's going to throw. Martin Elena back across the middle. And touchdown. Setting Elmira. We let Martin Elena throw the ball on fourth and goal. And it works out. Touchdown to take a 10-7 lead in USF. Well, you had a good first drive. What do you got left in the chamber to try to keep on swinging for this number 1 ranked Husky squad? As a tackle shy of the line, 3rd and inches. They're going to go Jennings, and Bobby Jennings first down, spinning off a defender. And first down yardage is enough, though, as they go handoff to Jennings again, breaking a tackle. And Bobby Jennings, the biggest thing that they need is to make sure that they are still within range to run the ball. Bobby Jennings is their best player, but when you get 3rd and long, you get sacked. I mean, we're not scared of the USF passing offense. It's the run game. It's the running back. As we got to go on a 3rd and 12 after that incomplete pass. Booker, will it be 3 and out? He's moving. He's extending the play. He's got a wide open man. Floats it to Obamanu. Gets a block. Obamanu to the 14. And Booker nearing 150 already in this one. Elena to the edge. Can he go? Spinning his way to the 2. And old Martin Elena would have been able to get the end zone there. But this time he's going to have to put his body on the line. Touchdown, 17-7. And Elena adjusting to his new skill set that he has had to adapt to over the last year. His lack of speed and now turning into a bigger, powerful back and putting his body on the line. And now on the next drive, Jalen Waller, the nickel corner. Jalen Waller with the pick. And NIU all of a sudden is looking great right now. And USF after that first drive has nothing to show for this game. Booker scrambles for the first. Second quarter, 7 minutes to go as Booker outside wide open man. Ben Tryon to the 2 and right back in scoring range. Coley, it's his turn. Touchdown. Huskies 24-7. I mean, this game was just 7-3. Blink and you'll miss a couple of touchdowns. Bobby Jennings still, they want to run the ball because he's their best player, but it's not happening this time. Prince Sarentine with a tackle, the line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 8. Pressure and a sack again. Second sack of the Huskies defense, and here we are on offense once more. Elmira screen. Elmira running through a defender. This is a very powerful team. I mean, Elmira is about as difficult as it gets to tackle. Elena, powerful running back. Kellen Coley, basically just a modern-day Brandon Jacobs clone. As Elmira, there's a flag down, and he makes the grab, so it's looking like this is going to be pass interference, but he made the catch anyway for the first down, so it don't really matter. We'll take that, and we'll move ahead with just over 4 minutes to go. And Elena breaking a tackle. And he's got 8 more, averaging 5 a carry on the dot, man. In motion on third down. It's going to be a keeper. Booker sliding. They don't give him the first down, but I mean, he's like an inch away. Kellen Coley will just finish that up. I mean, he got a little conservative there. He's really trying to protect himself, especially in a game where you're already up by 17. As Booker, he's going to throw. Big ball back in the end zone. And O'Mara, he got hit, but he hung on. Touchdown. What in the world is going on in this second quarter? 31-7. And this is a really good USF team. Like, this is not some fraudulent team. This is a team that's really competing in the All-American Conference. This is a team that is on the verge of a top 25 ranking. They're already 2-0. This is not a bad team, but NIU is making them look bad. 31-7 and a 3-and-out. Elena, I mean, just keep on adding to it. You don't need to do anything here. It's already 31-7. I mean, this game could already be over. Booker's got almost 2:25 in the half, and here he goes. Tryon on the jet pass. 8 more. I guess they want a couple more points before the half just to be sure. Tryon, quick throw, first down. 1:15 to go in enemy territory. Booker stepping up and throwing. And Tryon! 2 defenders are there, but Tryon hangs on. Man, Ben Tryon, I can't say enough about him. Another grab for him. About 4 catches on this drive for Tryon. 20 seconds to play in the half. Booker outside. He's got Cooper. Cooper to the 3. Goal to go. 18 seconds. Booker outside. Touchdown, Boyette. And we'll go into the half with a 38-7 lead. The USF scored on their opening drive. 7-3 was the score. And Seti Elmira has 100 yards on 9 catches in the first half. We'll catch you with the second half highlights here because there's not going to be a whole lot to show you. A first down run for Elena. A long drive here at the 33-yard line. Already halfway through the third quarter as Elena continuing to run for another first down. He's trying to look for 100 yards on the game again. Booker to the air. He's got space. He's going to throw. And almost picked off, but that'll be third down. Settle for a field goal, and a long drive comes to an end. 41-7, and a quick stop for USF. End zone shot, incomplete, and another field goal settled for right at the end of the third quarter to make it 44-7. Backups are in, and by this point, we're just letting Kellen Coley grind out some more reps. And as the 5-minute mark hits, we go beyond it. Red zone, Coley, trucking a defender. Kellen Coley to the 4. And now another handoff. Coley, end zone, touchdown to wrap it up. The second half, very uneventful, but a 51-7 win. USF couldn't do anything. Literally not a thing on offense after that first drive. It takes us to 4-0 non-conference, and we head into the recovering Big Ten, where Minnesota and Wisconsin are 2 of the key teams that are going to be a little bit of a recovery period due to the fact that both JJ Comella, both head to the NFL, and you can check out how their NFL careers went out. That's on the channel, but they are not the same teams that they were. Both of them struggling to be in the top 25 as Minnesota actually catches an interception to start this game. So an opening drive turnover for the Huskies, but Minnesota 2-1 right now. And even though they still have Matthias Middleton and a couple other key pieces from this playoff team from a year ago, it's not going to be the same squad when you don't have the Heisman winning quarterback on your team as third down and 10 hits. And it's really opened the door, though, for a couple of other teams, NIU included, in the Big Ten. Ohio State trying to ascend once more. Michigan, the odds-on favorites this year, and a couple of other teams. Michigan State ascending. Illinois is trying to find their footing. Indiana is also really up there in terms of being a contender this year. So we're going to see which one of the teams really shows out and who lives up to expectations, who fails. But Minnesota and Wisconsin have an uphill battle against them. We'll be seeing Wisconsin later in the season, which is why I did bring them up and kind of lump them together along with the two brothers graduating. But it's 0-0 here. And look at that pass to Tryon, floating it out there, wide open man. And Ben Tryon, I mean, I'm not going to just say it every game, but I think, you know, we have somebody that we're really excited about as a true freshman, as Booker. He's going to scramble for 6 yards on the play, and I can't think of who's been more impressive, him or Kellen Coley. Kellen Coley's averaging an incredible amount of yards per carry. Tryon open again. That pass wasn't so low, and he had to reach behind him. That would have been a touchdown. Instead, speaking of the other freshman, Kellen Coley punches it in the end zone. Touchdown. Huskies up 7-0 in this one, as Kellen Coley, I mean, he's averaging more yards a carry than our other running back, Morton Elena, and Kellen Coley was brought in to be a short yardage, you know, just he probably wouldn't average a lot of yards per carry, but it's been the opposite. He's averaging, like, you know, 6.5 yards a carry early on in this year, and I mean, he's been incredible. He's been able to even generate some explosive runs, not with, you know, pure shiftiness, but with vision, and the line's been holding up great in run blocking. I mean, we built this team offensively on the offensive line to be able to run the ball. We have one of the best rushing offenses in the nation. A throwback screen here. Martin Elena on the reception, and Elena spinning. He's got about 20 on the play, and a minute to go in the first quarter. Quick drop from Booker. He's sacked. Had to get rid of that one. His eyes were down the field, though, as Booker screen on 3rd and 19. Probably just going to play this one save, go for the field goal, get back into comfortable range. Our freshman kicker has been really doing his job pretty well. We don't, you know, typically kick a lot of field goals, but we've had to kick a decent amount so far. You know, we're typically a very aggressive team, but we haven't had as many 4th and shorts and 4th and manageables to go for. You know, we've had a lot more 4th and 7s, 4th and 8. So kicking field goals and having our freshman kicker, you know, be picture perfect so far in the first half of the year, it's been nice to see. 3rd down and 14. Minnesota got an open man. Can he get to the marker? Yes, he can. Making the man miss. And Minnesota, can they find points on the board for the first time all game over the middle? Another first down. And the Gopher offense finally getting at least a little bit of positive movement going. 5 yards. They'll set up 3rd down and 5 now at the 40. Prince Arentine. He's already got a sack this game and then a run stop there. Minnesota punted from that spot on the field. I mean, I don't love that decision, especially in a game where you need points to win this one. You can't just rely on defense. NIU just dropped 50 last game. You can't just rely on the defense and hope that we could score, you know, 20 or less. And you got to go probably put up 30-plus points to beat us. So, I don't know. Minnesota needs to get a little bit more aggressive there as the pass outside. That's a wide open man. And Boyette, first down. 38-yard line halfway through this second quarter. Quick pass. Tryon open. He's got 9 more, 52 yards on the day. Coley comes in, and Kellen Coley, look at the room that just got opened up. Coley, 21 yards on the carry, goal to go, and Booker to the air. He's going to fumble, the sack comes in, and Minnesota picks up the fumble, and not only that, he's on the run. Obama's the only one who can catch him. I don't think he's going to be able to. Closing the distance. And a scoop and score for the Gophers. And suddenly it is 10-7. I mean, I was just saying, you maybe can't rely on the defense. You got to put up points. Well, the defense just did put up points for them, and Booker's sacked again. This offensive line's been really banged up. I mean, we already lost Cortez Cook for the season. The interior's been getting a little banged up, and that's the 4th Minnesota sack to end the drive. And Minnesota will hold on a second. Maybe I spoke too soon about what Minnesota would have to do to win this game. Regardless, though, you need the offense. And the offense just isn't coming through. Another good field position, just absolutely wasted. And Kellen Coley with the big run. At least the run game is helping out, but like Booker just doesn't have a chance with these Minnesota blitzes. 4-man rush this time, 2nd and 15. And Booker, he's just going to run It'll get the sack yards back in a little bit more. 47 seconds to play in the half. Booker will throw, and Obama first down. That's a really good one in the face of pressure on the run. 40 seconds to play. Booker from the 50-yard line. He's going to roll right, and Booker waiting, and he'll finally run, and using his legs, and getting 19 more. They're in field goal range. Can you find the end zone? Booker design rollout. Gets it Elena short, and Elena first down. We still have 2 timeouts, and we're not going to use it there. Hurrying it up. Booker pump fake, and he'll throw for Obama. And that's going to be shy. That's where you burn your first timeout, where you only got 1 left. First of 2. Try on out of bounds goal to go. 7 seconds to play, and they'll run it because they have the timeout and a touchdown. As Minnesota, with just a couple of seconds left, will throw a Hail Mary to end the half, and it's going to be picked off. And, you know, usually I wouldn't show a Hail Mary. That doesn't mean much, but, I mean, it got picked off by Aurelius Aritz, so add on to his stats on the season. Aritz takes us to the half in a 17-7 game where the Gopher offense has put up nothing. This game and last game, major improvements from the Toledo and Baylor game where they were moving the ball pretty effectively. But the passing game for Minnesota just hasn't been able to do much, and it's not going to happen here either. Westbrook's with the interception. They tried to hit him on the L. Zone coverage, and Westbrook was sitting and waiting for it. And good field position on this one. Booker throws, and where Obama once again in between those 2 zone cover players just had the hole, had him set up perfectly. Booker, read option, he'll have 5. 8-yard line, keeper, Booker again. I mean, we can definitely use his legs more and more if we want to. 3rd down and 3. And no, it's jumped, picked off. And they tried to get Obama, just tried it one too many times. And they were sitting, they were waiting. Obama couldn't catch the last touchdown this time. He catches this guy at the 6-yard line. But basically, Minnesota just been gift wrapped. Another set of points, touchdown. And the defense has essentially put up 14. I mean, the offense finished that drive off with the 6-yard touchdown, but it's been the defense. And on 3rd down and long, Booker just has nowhere to go. Incomplete. Minnesota's defense has actually been really, really impressive as a deep ball. Minnesota with the ball back, and they actually completed. Catch inside the 10, and Minnesota, they could pull this one off. 5-yard gain. 3rd and 1, sneak is no good. 4th and inches, they're kicking, and they missed the kick. That is brutal. Again, I question the passiveness. They're trying to beat the #1 team on the road. 4th and inches inside the 10, go for it. You can't just rely on your defense now to just get more touchdowns. They've already given you more than you can ask for with essentially 2 touchdowns. I don't think you can expect them to give another one. So you're down by 3. 3rd quarter winding down. Booker to the air. And there's a flag down with a wide open Aleda for the first down. This one's coming back, and yeah, it's going to be a holding. So take the first down off the board, and it'll be 3rd down and 17. Booker sets up a screen and doesn't happen. It's incomplete, and they will have to punt. So a self-inflicted mistake taking potential points off the board that would have at least been a field goal, as that would have maybe made it a 20-14 game. And who knows if they would have scored a touchdown. And Minnesota, though, quarterback is just not having a great performance. Another missed pass, and it'll be a punt situation. Minnesota back deep. It's Obama, and there goes Obama. Oh, he gets to the outside, and he is gone. 1 cut and all the speed, and he's been putting his speed on display all day, chasing down defenders of the Minnesota turnovers, and now a punt return touchdown. Alea just decks that tight end for a 10-yard gain. He hung onto the ball, though, as the Gophers, they're down by 10. I mean, if they were going to have a chance to win, not only did you need the defense to do what they're doing, you need the special teams to hold up as well. And the special teams has been a difference, and an interception now by Good. But the Minnesota special teams allows a punt return touchdown, passes up on a couple of 50-yard field goals because they don't trust their kicker. And then when they finally do trust their kicker, he misses a chip shot. So I mean, you can really argue Minnesota has lost about maybe 9 points worth of field goals by not having a good kicker and then allowed a special teams touchdown. So there's arguments to be made here. Minnesota could be on top in this one and maybe should be. But you can also make the flip side argument. If we don't just, turn the ball over in key situations and allow 2 defensive touchdowns, basically, we could be up by more. So missed opportunities on both sides, but it seems like our missed opportunities aren't hurting us nearly as much. Tryon touchdown. Minnesota keeps messing up, and we will keep on succeeding as Minnesota. That's a nice ball and a nice grab where he somehow stays on his feet. But 31-14 your score in the fourth quarter. You need a miracle of a comeback here, and the offense still has yet to do it on their own. Their only touchdown being a 6-yard field where they had no choice but to score, and they finally got a big run. The run game's not been all that great for them today, and they are about as close as they have gotten on their own volition to scoring at the 24-yard line. They will run inside the 10, diving at the 9, and it's goal to go from the 7. Minnesota, that's a very clean pocket. Got to find a receiver. He does for 6. Third down and goal. Will it be another stall? He goes read option. He's in. Touchdown Gophers. Still down by 10, though, it's 6 minutes to play, and they need a stop. There's first and second down with no yards. Third down and 10. Play action. It hit O'Meara. Breaks off a tackle. O'Meara tries to leap a defender. He got over him but couldn't stay on his feet. And a 3 and out. So Minnesota, well, here you go. Here is your chance, offense. Then can you get them to a 1-score game? Can you give the defense a chance to get you the ball back one more time as quarterback's running for the first down? He's been most successful on the move, not so much with his arm as past midfield they go, but clock is ticking right here. They got 3.5 minutes to go. They got to start picking up the speed, and they got a big play. There it is, 32 yards. They're in the red zone. They'll go end zone. Aurelius Aritz picked it off. And one too many tests by this Minnesota passing game where they just kept putting it in harm's way and they kept losing. Another interception and a couple of first down runs here. Tryon on the ground. He goes down. 2nd and 13. Minnesota out of timeouts. One more first down. Ends it. They'll float it. That'll be incomplete. 3rd down and 13. Now looking for the game ender. Booker scrambling. Gets a block from Atlanta. Slides. First down. And that is game. 4 interceptions by the Minnesota passing attack. And, I mean, one of them was on a Hail Mary, so you could really just say 3. But their turnovers were just brutal. They were backbreakers, and that ultimately was the deciding factor here. Minnesota goes down. NIU now goes on the road in their next conference battle. Here they are against 1-4 Purdue. And Purdue has done a solid job putting together a competent defensive line. A couple of players that we're keyed in on, Colton Malvin and Kaliko Hood, are 2 of the big players that are going to be impacting this game. But for the rest of this Purdue team, they've been pretty consistently towards the bottom of the Big Ten Conference, and they are not really all that in line to have a chance in this one. If you looked at the pregame spread, we're about a couple touchdown favorites in this one, and an interception by Alex Westbrooks. I mean, him and Aurelius Aritz are going back and forth trying to see who can catch more interceptions this season. So far, it's been a pretty even battle. Aritz has a couple, Westbrooks has a couple, and a turnover for the NIU defense to start the game. You get the offense out there. First play is a loss of yards for Martin Elena as Booker will throw now, and he will go outside for a Tryon. Just keeps getting free. I mean, guy like him, freshman receiver, just shouldn't be as open as much as he is, but he just keeps finding space. And I mean, the role that we had for him planned, I mean, he's exceeded that, as we just planned on him being a number 2, 3 receiver where he could just go and be the screen threat, be the quick guy. But he's a downfield threat too. He's been a threat at all 3 levels. Pass is incomplete, and 3rd and 10 at the 26. But we have really tried to lean on him to be maybe even the best receiver on this team. Obama knew that pass over his head and incomplete, so we'll have to settle for 3. But talent-wise, you would think Ben Tryon wouldn't be at that point yet, but he's been the guy we can trust the most at wide receiver, and maybe our number 2 overall pass catcher behind Seti Elmira, which is not something we expected, but it's a welcome addition to this team that really just needed a wide receiver to turn to. As a sack, defense just smothering Purdue right now. So far in this first quarter, Kellen Coley gets the carry, and Coley, I mean, he's been upping his usage. We're comfortable giving him maybe like 10 carries a game as Boyette on the outside gets the first down, and Booker, there's Seti, another first down. First quarter, it's been a fast one. We're already under a minute to go. And in the air, Booker swatted at the line. There you go, nice play. Third down and 10 as Booker will navigate the pocket but gets sacked. And Devonta Ryder gets him down, but now second quarter underway. Just a 3-0 game. NIU kind of, coasting a little bit. Purdue's defense is their strong suit, so it's more so can the offense do anything. Just much like Minnesota, can the offense help them out a little bit? The defenses in the Big Ten, they are about as good as it gets. It's the offenses that, you got your Iowas, you got your Purdues, and this year Minnesota, not so much on that end. They are succeeding, but right now NIU showing that on both sides of the ball they can be dominant. Westbrooks with the tackle for loss, 3rd and 17, and they get a completion. Ritz couldn't keep up, and a first down for Purdue as they do convert on a long third down. Well, can they keep this drive going in a positive direction? Another tackle for loss. Can you overcome another 3rd and long? And no, you can't. Pressure forces an incomplete pass, and it's just more defensive expertise being shown by this Husky team. I really am happy with how they have been doing since those 2 games against those 2 top quarterbacks in Cash Riley and Tyrone Austin. I mean, there needs to be some sort of middle ground, though. It's either we're facing great quarterbacks or bad quarterbacks. What happens when we face the average quarterback? What happens when we face another good quarterback, though? Can we hold up? That's going to be the next test for this Husky team, is when they run into another good passing team. As Elena on the ground, they got 6 more on the play. And they are driving, 30-yard line, and hit it, almost picked. 3rd down and 4. Booker got away with one there. Quick to the flats we go. And Elena, that's nice blocking for the receiving game as Obamanu didn't get the ball, but he blocked really effectively. And Elena, tackle for loss at 2. Go to 3rd down and 7 as Booker will move. Booker, he can probably run it. He will. He slides for the first. He's got a goal to go. And Kellen Coley punches it in. Touchdown Huskies. 10-0. And another score where we are up by 2 scores, approaching halftime, and a wide open receiver, the running back out of the backfield, snuck out, got free, and a big play, the biggest for Purdue up until this point, and maybe they can get some points before the half. I mean, they've kept it close enough. The offense has not cut up crazy points, but a sack, fumble, recovery all by Cleveland. He stripped him, he sacked him, he forced it, he recovered it, and now the offense is getting going with Seti Elmira in a big play. Under a minute to go in the half. Booker is getting hit as he's thrown, and it is a 3rd down, but still field goal range already in their back pocket. Booker going to try to run, and he'll go down. That'll be a free 3 points, though, due to the turnover. And no, he missed it. A missed field goal. All right, well, it had been a lot of made field goals up until this point for our freshman kicker. We knew we had to miss eventually, but we're not going to sweat it. 10-0 in the first half. Can the defense keep it going, and can NIU go to 6-0 in the season? Play action, Booker to the air. He'll take a shot down the field. Try out if that ball was a little further out. He had a chance at it. 3rd down and 3. And a lot of time, no one really getting open, but Seti Elmira. I mean, that's just what a high-level QB tight end connection will do. That should not have been caught. That should not have been completed. But Elmira makes it happen. Booker makes it happen. We keep the drive going underneath. Obamanu first down. And moving into Purdue territory, and things looking a little rough for Purdue. Elena cannot get to the edge. She just does not have that speed that he used to, but he still runs like he does. That's one of the adjustments that he has to have in the more carries that he gets. Tryon, first down, just left him wide open. Speed option now as they get the pitch out. Here's Elena on the edge, and that's close. He's not quite there. 2nd and inches from the 19. They go quick throw. Elena, that's losing yards. Can't get any further as Booker stays in the same formation, just takes the snap himself and gets the first down. Design rollout, and he's going to run. He's close to the end zone to the 2. And a long opening drive out to the edge. Boyan, hey, stomping over the Purdue defender, walking over him, and a touchdown. 17-0, and you took half of the third quarter. That's about as good as it gets right there. A long drive and a touchdown. 3-score game, and Purdue just no answers, really. I mean, it's not even like it's been some offensive explosion. It's just, holding the line. They're not really giving away their good stuff. When you are a good team, you don't want to kind of throw all your good plays. You got to save some tricks up your sleeve. You got to save some stuff in your back pocket for when you face these top tier teams. They're just playing a pretty simple game, and the defense is just holding things together. Another stop. I mean, they got some movement on the drive, but just not able to even get into scoring range. Another first down run. Kellen Coley on the ground. Keep it moving. 4 more yards as they go stretch. 3rd down, not going to go their way. 4th and 4, they're going to go. They're going to go for it. It's bold. They didn't need to, but Cooper for the first. They just want to keep on holding onto the ball. That's an instance where I think going for it maybe wouldn't have been the best idea to even give Purdue a chance to cut this down to a 2-score game if you fail. You don't want to give them any opportunity, but even still, if it was maybe a bit ill-advised, it works out. And the throw to Elena was just wide open. No one was on him. 10-yard line. We're at the end of the third quarter. And Booker scrambling, fighting forward. He'll have 3. And 3rd and goal. Open man. Tryon. Touchdown. 24-0. Purdue to close the 3rd. And they got Eddie Magic in them. Noah sack. Loss of 11. Prince Sarentine as the senior edge rusher. Coming up with another stop there on the screen. 4th and 23. And they just punt. I mean, you're down 24. 4th and 23. Your own 4. I mean, what do you do? Throw back across the field. Obamanu is just going to run. We'll catch you basically with the highlights at this point, as this game all but over, as Purdue just not even able to find any points. Throw downfield. Obamanu inside the 10 and to the 9. Coley runs through, and he put the defender on his back. A touchdown. And later on, they get the ball back. Elena, end zone, touchdown again. And that will do it. A full-on shutout, 38-0 on Purdue. Just absolutely took care of business. And we moved to actually a little update. So I hadn't been given a lot of highlight updates because we've been playing all the guys, but we got one here. Michigan is a team I've talked about a little bit. The odds-on favorites in the Big Ten, the best team in the country, and led by Raquel Osgood, who ran for like 1,700 yards last year and decided to come back to school for another season. And he is off to an incredible first half of the season, taking on Indiana here, putting guys on the dirt, spin moves, juke moves. He is about as electric as it gets. He is also front runner for the Heisman Trophy behind his 4th consecutive 200-yard performance. It was a slow start on the season. They were taking on teams like FCS and UMass and a couple other bottom feeder teams, and they really just kind of, eased Raquel into the season, didn't want to, use them too much, only like 15 carries, and then once they got into Big Ten play, it's been off and running. He started Big Ten play with 230 yards, 210 yards, 210 yards, 230 yards, and then against the ranked Penn State squad, not quite 200 yards, but another big-time performance to propel Michigan to an undefeated 7-0 record here early in this season, where they are looking like the #1 team in the country, as Osgood has now put up over 1,000 yards in the last 5 games. Looking to break records here as Osgood. He's just doing it every which way. Hurdles, jukes, spins. He's going up, around, over, under, every which way. And Osgood gone for another touchdown. That ends a dominant win over Penn State as well. Now we go back to our business. It could be right now, as it stands, a collision course between NIU and Michigan for the Big Ten title. Again, that's as it stands right now. Indiana has only got one loss in conference. It was to Michigan, so they're still in the hunt. Nebraska here at 4-2 as we play them right now after, if you remember the great game we had against Nebraska last year. It was a really tough matchup, one of our toughest of the season. They're sitting here at 24th in the country. They are in line for a spot maybe in the Big Ten Toledo game. Ohio State as well has been catching fire on the season after some early losses, as Nebraska getting sacked. Alea got in on the safety blitz. But we just have to keep looking at our business and taking care of things. We can't keep looking ahead to Michigan right at our heels as the number 2 team in the country. We cannot keep looking at it as Booker will scramble, and Marvin Booker will have 4 after we did get the stop. Nebraska took a couple of minutes off the clock there to start the game, but we are back here out on offense looking for yet another dominant performance here. It's not going to be quite as easy. This ain't Purdue. This is Nebraska on the road in a hostile environment, and a team that's looking to get some revenge for what we did to them last year. I mean, not only did we derail their season, we broke their hearts in a stunning game. I mean, it was every bit the type of game that decided who made the playoffs. Would it have been us? Would it have been Nebraska? We literally stole their season from them. And we got a little false start action here as back us up. So 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, 3rd down and 6. We wanted to try to catch them off. Instead, we have a tougher time here and another flag down as it'll be 4th and inches. They declined the flag, but 4th and inches. We don't get it. We went for it. So that was an interesting series of events where a 4th and inches, they could have set us back to like a 3rd and 16, but they didn't want to. They wanted the 4th and inches, and hey, good on them for taking that and actually stopping us. So Nebraska gets the ball back. A scoreless first quarter so far. 2 minutes to go as Nebraska to the air. That's a nice pass up over the head of the linebacker. Tight end for the first. Man in motion now, clear out the backfield. They'll swing it out to the back and taking them down. All over that one. 3-yard loss. Handoff on 3rd and long. And they are not going to get it. It's going to be Alea with the tackle for just 4. So we're going to end the first quarter. What seems to be like scoreless, but Martin Alea with one of his biggest runs of the year. He hasn't been able to break out a lot of big runs, but 20 plus on that play. Booker on the scramble, and Booker fumbles the ball, and Booker turns it over. Nebraska with it. And as we descend further into darkness and nighttime, it is still 0-0. Nebraska playing us tough. 5-yard run on the designed keeper. 3rd down and 4. They're sending a lot of players downfield. Westbrooks breaks up that pass and a stop for the defense. Now play action. Booker to the air. He'll hit Elmira on the short route. Boyette blocking out in front, and a nice gain there. 25 yards to Elmira. Now throwing. Booker wide open. Cooper over the middle. 1st down again. 38-yard line. Speed option. Get it out. Elena all over that one for Nebraska. Clear out the backfield. Elena in motion. There you go. Booker throw and deep middle. Defender comes over, and Elmira can't bring it in. 3rd and 13. You're on that fringe of field goal range. They're going to try to play it safe with the screen, and it doesn't work. Losing yards. We pin them deep in their own territory. Oh, look at that. Safety. Wow. So Westbrooks came in on the corner and he stopped him. He didn't make the tackle, but he forced him to stay on his feet, stumble back into the end zone, and it's going to be a safety. So in a way, I guess not getting the field goal there kind of worked out, because we'll take 2 points rather than 3 with the good field position on top of it. And right into Nebraska territory we go. Play action for Booker. And he has Elmira wide open. 1st down. Elmira, I mean, it's going to be tough for any tight end in the country to have as much production as this guy with the way we lean on him. Elmira for another one. 5 catches already in the first half. They go outside and overthrow. Now it'll be 4th down, so field goal unit comes out, and kick is good. 5-0 your score, so a lower scoring affair here, but the defense, once again, I gotta give them a lot of credit. Playing really good right now. 3 minutes to go, and they are gonna have a run for just a few. 3rd down and 9. Screen set up. They got blockers. They are not gonna be able to hold the block though. Nice stop. I mean, you had the advantage there. You just couldn't hold them. As now Elena on the run. 8 yards with a 2-minute warning and a low-scoring game still. No touchdowns for either side. 3rd and inches. Play action. Booker is going to take a shot one-on-one for Abamanu, and it's incomplete. You take the shot there because you're going to go for it on 4th and inches. Keeper for Booker to the edge, and Booker 1st down out of bounds. So you take the shot on 3rd and inches because you want to go for it, and then a deep pass in the corner. It's going to be Boyette for the 1st down. As they go option here, keep it on the ground. Elena, look at him just staying on his feet, getting the 1st down, averaging 7 a carry right now. Design keeper roll out for Booker, and he'll throw for Boyette. That's another 5 yards on the play. 45 seconds to go in the half. Wide open, right over the middle, and Cedi Almira with a touchdown. And that'll leave him with just 38 seconds to play. So Nebraska, can you get any points before the half? 3rd down and 2. And Nebraska roll and throw in, and that's just too high. 4th down. That'll end the half. We just take the 20 seconds to, play it safe, not let anything crazy happen. Another scoreless outing so far for the NIU squad. 6 catches for a touchdown now for Cedi Almira in the 1st half. I mean, he's been the go-to guy. Him and Martin Elena have combined for most of this team's offense, and we're going to keep it going. Martin Elena, 6 yards to start the 3rd quarter off. Booker designed rollout. A lot of plays where we get him on the move. Oh no, he threw it over the head of Tryon. Just a bad throw, and it was right into the safety's hands. One of the worst things he could do was an overthrow in the middle of the field. And yeah, you get punished with an interception, and now Nebraska might have been given their best chance at points. 3rd down and 3, though. Don't want to go 3 and out here. They'll run, and a lot of room. Opens up in the middle. How about 20 yards to take them into the red zone? And Nebraska, quick throw, middle, tight end, fighting forward. 2 yards out. Clear the field out, and it's a touchdown on the keeper. Nebraska capitalizes off of the Husky mistake and makes it a 5-point game. And this is a low-scoring battle where mistakes like that are going to be the deciding factor. You cannot make another one like it, as you could just straight up lose the lead. But here's a run with Kellen Coley. Oh, Kellen Coley, can he go? Not quite. He's just not very fast, but he is really just impressing me with his ability to generate some big plays with his vision. I mean, it's just good vision on the play. It's not really making guys miss. It's just being able to find the hole, hit it decisively, and now goal to go. Booker back in the end zone. Oh, Cedi Almira put it up for him, and he's got it. Touchdown. Huskies go capitalize on a massive 60-yarder from Kellen Coley and a touchdown to Cedi Almira, as now throwing down the field. Nebraska got desperate, double coverage, and Masarena Alea with the pick. Not much of a pick specialist, we leave that to the cornerbacks, but Alea can go and generate some turnovers from time to time, and now we're getting things going. Tryon down inside the 10. Elena on the carry. Martin Elena, touchdown. And NIU all of a sudden 26-7. Was just a 5-point game a couple minutes ago, and how things so quickly change when you are this Huskies squad and you're playing against them. I mean, a couple of plays you look up and it's like, well, what happened? We were just in this game. A fumble, Hofrichter and Sarantine combined on the sack, but Nebraska picks it up. 2nd and 22, passes high, and a nice grab. So Westbrooks didn't really have a chance on that one. He tried to make a play on it, but it was just an even better catch. 3rd down and 8. They'll take a shot deep, one-on-one, and incomplete. That'll be a punt. And Huskies take over. Screen, Tryon. Look at the lineman getting out there. It's a block, and Tryon. He's able to find himself another big play in this second half offense. I mean, Once we get it going, we really get it going, and we're just so difficult to stop. Boy, yet for 5 more. 3rd down and 3. They got a wide open Seti Elmira. Breaks a tackle for the 1st down. And time is starting to run out for Nebraska. We're almost onto the 4th quarter, and this one is starting to run away from them. Elmira, how many times are you going to keep leaving him one-on-one? He's over 100 yards on the day. Booker on the keeper, and Booker cuts it inside as he gets 8 more on the play. 3rd quarter, just 40 seconds to go. Coley, 1st down and goal. 15 seconds in the 3rd. Pass to the end zone, Abominate, touchdown. And you take a 33-7 lead in the 4th quarter now as you just hit the highlights. Once again, strip sack. This time we recover later on. We run the clock out. Backups get a little bit of playing time, and a scoreless 4th quarter ends in a 33-7 win. And now in the last 2 games, we've only allowed 7 points, where the 7 points was just off of a turnover where they got a short field. So the defense, I think they're peaking right now. And we go on to the next one, game number 8. NIU has actually dropped down to number 2 in the country, as Michigan has taken the number 1 spot. But Rutgers comes to town here. 5-2 Rutgers, and the Huskies throwing a pick on the opening drive. So not the first time we've said this. They did it against Minnesota, where they threw a pick on the opening start of the game in the first 2 minutes. But, you know, that game ended up all right for us, and we'll see if we can come out here and take care of business against this Rutgers squad. 3rd down and 7. We get it right back. And Westbrooks, I mean, it's just such such a luxury to have 2 corners on each side that are just such ball hawks. And Westbrooks, we haven't heard from Ritz in a while catching any interceptions, but I mean, they haven't really tested him as much in recent weeks. So as Rutgers defense has to come back out there, they're kind of frustrated. You come up with a big play to start the game only to give it right back away. But an eventful first 2 minutes, and Seti Elmira picking up right where he left off and running through a defender out of bounds, 26 yards. They go option, and Booker with room. Booker has got 9 on the play, and we're really just starting to expand with Booker, giving him more of a green light to run because he is a pretty effective runner. Elmira with another grab, trucking a defender. And his team, I don't think anybody on this in the world of college football runs through defenders at the rate that this Husky squad does. Touchdown Martin Elena from 8 yards out. 7-0 and a quick start as they throw middle, and Rutgers trying to respond. They're 5-2, so like do not overlook them. This isn't like a, you know, Purdue squad that was really down, or Minnesota that was just a one side of the ball team. Rutgers is pretty solid on both sides. I mean, hey, they go run the table here. They could be playing in the college football playoffs. They could go be playing in the Big Ten title game at 10-2. So it's a big game for them to determine if they are really a legit team. This is kind of your test. You get to go and play the best that there is. And Rutgers so far, not playing a bad first quarter. I mean, the interception was obviously rough, but I mean, right now they're moving the ball, but an incomplete pass and a 3rd down failure results in a field goal. Westbrooks broke up the pass, and he's already got a pick and a pass breakup now as Martin Elena on the carry loses 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 13 into the flats, and Seti Elmira again. I mean, yeah, 3 catches already on the day, picking up from like the 9 that he had last week. How about wide open over the middle? Martin Elena, I mean, you got to cover him a little bit at least, even if he's not the biggest receiving threat, as they go Kellen Coley on the ground. And Coley, I mean, he's literally built in a different type of a mold of running backs. I mean, what do you do as a safety and as a corner trying to run through when you have, you know, you're about 50 pounds lighter than him, and he's running with a head full of steam. And Booker rolling out the 23. He's got a wide open man. There's Boyette, and down to the 3-yard line. Goal to go, and the keeper, Booker, touchdown, a delayed keeper. And Booker, touchdown for the Huskies to make it 14-3. It's been a pretty action-packed first quarter, as they are still here with a little under 2 minutes to go. Read option, Rutgers, 1st down, 30, 35, and to the 37 he goes. And they go play action now, and they had to force the quick throw. Sarentine got a little bit of pressure off the edge. They get 5 on the play. Back to throw again. Quick slants. Everyone over the middle, and a Ritz got a little bit beat there as they go 1st and 10. Quick hitch route to the tight end. 3 more on the play. Interestingly, though, 3rd down and 7, and they just run it, don't get it, and they punt it away. So really passive at the end there as Booker goes play action, starting this drive with a little motion, and Booker taking the shot. Oh, Sonny O'Mara, 80 yards and a touchdown. He got him in motion, and Seti is just too fast for any plain old linebacker, and you can't leave him one-on-one. Elmira is just lighting things up right now these last 2 games, as he has now gone over 200 yards in the last 5 quarters. But how about Rutgers? Back at him. Touchdown. We go for 80. They go for 87. And it's 21-10 Rutgers. That's a really impressive response. And we, have seen teams kind of just roll over once we start getting going like that. But Rutgers with a great response as Booker will scramble, and we're going to have to, keep swinging, keep on punching up at this team, as they are going to be a little bit more difficult to put away. I mean, you're talking about putting away a team in the second quarter, but we've been dominant. I mean, this is exactly what we did to USF. USF got a quick early start, but we just kept pouring it on in the second quarter, as Booker will scramble, and he's actually going to lose a lot of yards on a sack there, and then set up the screen. So you get to 3rd and 16. We wanted to play it safe, but Martin Elena, he doesn't want to play it safe all the way to the 1. Wow. Now from the 1, Boyette, little option. Oh, what are we doing here? Fumble. Picked up. And no, he's going to take it. Kellen Coley can't track him down. And this was supposed to be a forward pitch. But Boyette, I don't know what he's doing. What the heck was that? And that'll be 21-17 as Elena on the carry. Rutgers just got gifted a free 7. And now, really, we got to shake that off. I mean, it was a mistake. Mistakes happen. Just can't let that get in the way, though. Elena on the carry, another 1st down. 4.5 to go in the second quarter. Play action as Booker in the flats. Here's Schaefer, the tight end, as he's one of the tight end hybrid number 2s that we have here. He gets kind of some fullback reps, so he gets a little bit of playing time, and he gets his first grab there. 2nd down and 13. Booker, there's Tryon, and Ben Tryon. Whenever we need a big play, there he is, getting going as they go handoff. Elena, that's a lot of room. Elena was seeking some contact there. Maybe he could have scored, but because he wanted to run somebody over. And Elena down to the 3 after that one as they throw now. And look who's open. Obamanu in the end zone. Touchdown. You score regardless. It's a-okay. 28-17. A minute 30 to go in the half, and that's an impressive grab. I mean, also to just hang on to that one through contact, and another one. 2 defenders there, and he hangs on again. 50 seconds to go, but this ball thrown way behind the running back. Lynn Bryan with the pick, and just handed that one right to him. I mean, it was an awful throw. It looked like he was the receiver on that play. 40 seconds to go. Huskies, I mean, they took a sack and then just decided to pack it up for the half. They didn't really get anything going. 28-17. But NIU is over 300 yards in the air, 18 of 21. Booker's playing one heck of a game right now. It just hasn't resulted in as big of a lead as we would have thought. 11 points is great and all, but, I mean, we had a 14-point swing with going from our 1 yard away from a touchdown all the way to a Rutgers defensive touchdown. And Rutgers! Wow, they are really playing us tough right now. Touchdown from 56 yards. 2-point conversion. Not going to happen. Alea was all over that one. 28-23. And, any halftime adjustments they made, they came out swinging. About 10 yards for Martin Elena there, averaging another almost 7 yards a carry. We tried to go play action. He gets sacked. Didn't even have a chance. 3rd down and 7. And Booker, that's a lot of room. You can't let him have that much room up the middle. 23 on the scramble as they go to 2nd down and 8. Booker, I mean, again, you're just going to leave him the room. He'll take it for another 13 on the play. I would have designed on this one. Pitch it out. Here's Tryon. Gets a 1st down. Tryon cutting all the way to the 23. And the run game, it's Booker, it's Tryon, it's Elena, it's Coley, it's everybody getting involved. Booker keeper, it's been all Marvin Booker though, this one really getting us down to the 3. Booker though, hey, got a little too greedy, a little too overconfident, takes a big sack there. And Booker, that derails the drive, he's sacked again. Ball comes out, but it's recovered by a lineman, and we got to settle for a field goal. So Booker got a little bit of happy feet there. Looked like, I mean, he was getting confidence running, and maybe a little too much there. 31-23, 3 minutes to go in the third, and Rutgers, they can tie this game up if they get that touchdown 2-point conversion combo. Quick throw, 3rd down and 4. He's real close. They call it 4th and inches. They're gonna go for it here. I love the call, and it works out. That's a big one there. 4th and inches, and they get it now. NIU setting the blitz, and they beat it. Rutgers, I'm impressed. They go back to the air. Once again, quick hitter. Their tight end, I mean, they've been going to their tight end just as much as we've been going to ours. Elmira's been the big play threat. Theirs have been more that safety blanket, the reliable underneath guy. As 3rd down and inches, another close situation. A Lamb meets him in midair. And they'll go for 3. Field goal, and the kick is no good. Regardless of if they make that or not, though, 4th and inches, I would double down. You went for it the first time. I would have went for it again. And Tryon now, he got a big play. Last play of the 3rd quarter. Elena cuts it back in the middle, and that'll be 5 more. He's got another solid game going. Elena's been just a model of consistency. And finally, Martin Elena with a big play. 48 yards and a touchdown. And Martin Elena came into NIU many years ago as a big play home run hitter, and he's lost that big time hitting play potential, but he has hit one this time, and following it up the defense, poured it on with an Aurelius Uritz interception. Kelly Coley's turn now. Coley, he's got a nice run. And this game, I mean, the missed field goal was like the blood in the water that NIU needed, and they have just attack. They have put their foot on the gas pedal, and Elena 160 on the day, his biggest game. And Elena, he's gonna lose 2 on that one, but I mean, Rutgers, that was their chance. I think everything changes not only when you miss that field goal, but you don't go for it. You had your chance to tie it. We hit the big run, hit the interception, get a field goal on that drive. 41-23, just like that. And Rutgers fought for 3 quarters, but it's just not going to be enough, it looks like. But a great grab there, 1 yard out, and Rutgers end zone touchdown. Nice job there to find the end zone, but maybe too little too late. They're down by 11. Onside kick is picked up by Cooper, and Cooper goes to the ground. And with a couple of runs here, Elena slips through, and he'll get another 6 yards on the play. How about Coley this time? 1st down, and this one, timeouts draining, time draining. Coley, he's got another one. That's the final timeout. Now they're down to the 2-minute warning. 3rd down and 9. Booker not going to get the first. But this team, they just want to end it here. I mean, the field goal doesn't do them much. They don't care about it. Boy, yeah, 1st down. Would have been a 2-score game regardless if they took the field goal or not. And Marvin Booker completes 20 of 23 passes. Elmira goes for 150 on the game. And an efficient game, an effective game. And the offense did their thing. So now we head over to another big matchup. NIU has dropped on the polls again. They're now number 3 in the polls at 8-0. But this is another big one. This is one of the harder ones we're going to have on the season. Ohio State 6-2 on the year as they have Booker 3rd down and 5, and Booker down for a 1-yard sack. And not only that, they are running out here with a running back that we were heavily interested in. If you remember from a year ago when we were doing some of the recruiting stuff, and one of the guys that landed at Ohio State was Tobias Azur. He was basically a little bit like Kellen Coley. I'd say if you dropped 10 pounds from Kellen Coley and made him a bit faster, that's Tobias Azur. And another player that we are on is, we had Dillard Humphrey here at Ohio State as they score a touchdown. There's Humphrey making a play, but Dillard Humphrey at cornerback. Also, Lewis Dills, one of the wide receivers we looked at last year. He started here at Ohio State. So we have a couple of really notable players on this Ohio State squad as Booker sacked again. And Ohio State's gone off to a hot start. Second down and 15. Big throw over the middle. And O'Mara was the intended target. And it was overthrown. Picked off by Ohio State. And another overthrow over the middle. And you paid for it. So Ohio State up 7-0 in the first couple of minutes of the first quarter. Not in NIU's favor. Their worst start so far. Azur has a first down run. Give it to him. No, they fake it. And throw it outside. Nice ball. And a first down to the 10-yard line. Hand it off. Azur, easy lane, touchdown. Ohio State's up 14-0. And suddenly, NIU is in a spot that they have not really found themselves in, which is down by, more than just a field goal or more than just a touchdown on an opening drive. Like, they're down now 14 points. And it has been a turnover and 2 touchdown drives from Ohio State. And third down and 8, they're just turning up the pressure right now as they finally drop back. But there's a flag down. Booker hit as he's throwing, short at Elmira's feet. And this one, it didn't even matter if they made the catch. It's a holding, so they're going to have to punt. And NIU's first couple of drives, just quick stop, turnover, and another one where the pressure, like I said, has just been dialed up by Ohio State. This is the worst quarter they've played all season. Can he get a big play here? Yes, you can. You can't put it up. And Westbrook's in. You can't put it up in his vicinity. You can't give him a chance. He will come down with it. An interception and a much needed shift for this Husky squad. As Booker running for his life a little bit. He gets 5 yards. Elena on the carry. And Martin Elena has another first down. A minute to go in the first. As Booker over the middle. There's Boyette with room to run. And Boyette will have 24 on the play. Into the red zone finally. Tryon, quick hitter. Bam! Tryon! Touchdown in Ohio State. Their fast start at least comes to a little bit of a halt for now. Can they keep up the pressure, though? We've been hit with some strong strikes from teams early on, only for them to run out of steam, run out of gas towards the end of the game, or in some instances, even in the second quarter. But can Ohio State keep up the pressure? They definitely have the talent to do so as they move the chains here for a first down. It's going to be important for us as well to just get Tobias Azur down. He's already had a nice start to the game as Ohio State, that's a big sack. Prince Serentine got in there. You can't lose 18 on a sack like that because that just ruins your whole drive. And that's a big stop for the Huskies. So now, with an interception, a touchdown, a stop on their side with the ball, maybe you could start to cool down, calm down, but they do go 3 and out. So at least, though, we've kind of weathered this early Ohio State storm. We go back to just playing some regular ball here as we're up to a 3 and out on their side. So trading, quick possessions, and Coley, no gain. Third down and 10 as we're just not being able to move it on those early downs, but Seti Almira could be a big game for him once again. Definitely our go-to guy. May have to make some tough plays as Elena loses 3. Run game on the early downs has just not been what we've wanted. Booker will find Boyette. He'll get 9 to set up third down and 4. Booker design rollout line does a nice job there. Almira picks up a block. Booker could throw. He'll run instead. And he just guarantees himself the first down and more. Elaine on the carry. Another couple of just rough plays. Only 3 yards a carry for Elena. Booker over the middle. Third down and 8. He finds Martin, though. Gets him out of the backfield for the first down. Ohio State just did not keep track of him. And now Elena finally gets a nice run. Nice hole opens up. They'll take 16. Goal to go for the tie. Oh, no! He was wide open and he missed him. And they don't call the offsides here now. Booker gets it to Cooper. And it'll be 4th down and 4. This is a big call. And they'll go for Booker design rollout. Booker just keeps it himself and scores. So we'd really avoid disaster there because Amira was wide open for a touchdown. It got missed. Then they miss an offsides call. I mean, that could have been really bad for us, but we do get the tying score. And as we head towards halftime, a minute and a half to go, Ohio State moving the football. Just quick hitters and a lot of run after catch. 33-yard line. Now move to the 29. Under a minute to play. Azur on the carry. Azur has 2 more. 3rd down and 4. Quick hitter, and he drops it. And that one would have been a 1st down, as they will settle for a field goal with just 40 seconds to play. Hits it. We'll take it to overtime. And Ohio State jumped out to a 14-0 lead. We kind of eased back into things, got it to 14-14, and then that drive at the end, you see Tobias are averaging 5 a carry, and here he goes to start the second half, and you can see how difficult he is to bring down. Azur, another carry, and Tobias Azur is going to be who they lean on in the second half, especially with the lead, with the ball, and if they can extend that lead. 8 minutes to play in the third as they go option. Get it out. Azur! That was kind of a setup there. He loses 3. 3rd and 13. And they'll go to Azur out of the backfield. Breaks a tackle. Not going to get the first, though. He got 10. And we'll take it over with that 3-point deficit as Tryon. Breaks a tackle. Ben Tryon gets 14 and breaking off a first contact there. Option Booker. Planted. 3rd down and long now, as he will step up and avoids some pressure for a moment, but just steps into more pressure. I mean, there was not much he could do there, and Ohio State goes right back out there in Azur. 80 yards on the game now on just 16 carries. I mean, that's a very much what our running back stat lines look like. Consistent and really good, and just a couple of nice chunk plays as on the run. That is a beautiful throw and catch. You can't even defend that much better. And that one, Alea got up there, knocked it away. Alea challenges players at the catch point better than anybody. And a deep throw here. 3rd down and long, and Ritz knocks it away. They do not try a 58-yard field goal. They punt it away. It wasn't a good punt, but we'll take it over. And Booker is hit as he's throwing. Couldn't get it on the flats in time. And that'll be a 3 and out. So I don't know, it feels like we've gone 3 and out more than we have at any other game. And Ohio State, I mean, they've been on a hot streak. They lost 2 games very early on the season. It's why they're not ranked, but they're a really talented team. They've won a number of games in a row, and here they go. Once again, another run. It's another 7 yards. 3rd down and 3. Azur picks up the block, and they have everyone going downfield, and that one, too simple of a play call, and that'll be a sack. Sets up a long field goal try. They wouldn't try it from 58, but they hit from 56. Kick is good. 20-14 as we head to the end of the 3rd quarter. And there goes Martin Elena. One of his better plays of the day, 18 yards. As Booker to the air now. Quick hitter. That'll be Tryon. And Tryon makes a man miss. I mean, then Tryon. So hard to bring down an open field. Kellen Coley, who's been a little bit more quiet today, will head into the 4th quarter, but he has a carry to set up 3rd down and 5. Where Elena, 4th and 1. His team's going for it. You of course gotta go for it. 4th and 1. Elena on the keeper. He pulls it, and they usually do direct snaps to the running back, but they do a little option, and it works out. Play action for Booker, who's throwing it deep, and 2 receivers, 3 defenders. Nobody gets the ball. 2nd down, they go play action to screen. It'll be Elmira, got room, and Seti has 6 on the play. 3rd down and 4. Can you convert here? It'd be a big decision if it's an incomplete, and there it is, 4th and 4. And NIU is going to settle for a field goal, a rare act of conservative action from this NIU squad, where they're going to trust their defense. I mean, they've only allowed 20. It's not been like they've been getting ripped apart, though Azur has been impressive. And there goes Azur again for a 1st down, breaking up with 2 defenders. But we trust our defense. We have no reason not to, but Azur is just carving up the defense right now. He's over 100 on the day, and they'll throw, and that's just such an impressive completion. Hit as he's throwing, got it over a defender in front of another. Azur. That's 6 more on the play. 5.5 to go. 3rd down and 3. They'll scramble on the run, and it's low, incomplete. 4th down. They settle for 3. So we did not allow the touchdown. We keep it a 1-score game, and we leave our offense a chance in this one. Booker on the run. They had the spy in. They throw it deep, incomplete. At second down and 10 for Martin Elena, and we can't run it. Second down turns to 3rd and 12. Do you got a big play? They're tight coverage, and it's incomplete, a 3 and out. Just tight coverage, and we don't have that kind of crucial man beater in a lot of these situations. Elmira can do a little bit of it, but we don't have Jalen Leanne to do the other stuff that we usually do. And Ohio State, after the punt, is in field goal range very quickly. With 3.5 minutes to go, this one is starting to slip away. Azur inside the 5 to the 4. You got a turnover defense. Azur and zone touchdown, Ohio State. And this NIU squad is down by 13 with 2.5 minutes to go. What a throw, though. Elmira, this game not over yet. Still all your timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Just gotta hit some big plays like you did there. Trying another one. Try onto the end zone. Incomplete. Maybe if you got a little bit more air under it. Now a designed rollout. And Booker waiting. He's got him open. There's Obamanu. Nice block. Obamanu does. Touchdown. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Touchdown before the 2-minute warning. 2:01 on the clock. We have 4 clock stoppages. Here's one. Azur is going to get 6. How about another run? Azur first down. One more will do it. Can you get off the field? Azur's got 150 on the day. Here he goes again. Another 5. Second down and 5. Keeper. We committed to Azur. And the quarterback runs for the first down. Game over. NIU 8-0, undefeated no longer. 8-1, Ohio State wins, pulls off the upset. And we have finally lost, and Tobias Azur is the big reason. We fall to number 10 in the country, Michigan at the top, but now we still control our own destiny for the Big Ten title game if we win out. As all is fine, like I said, as long as we win out, but our hopes maybe at a first round bye are starting to slip if we want to make the playoffs as well. Also, you gotta win out. You can't afford to lose 2 late season games. For Ohio State, they have now cracked the top 25, and if we start to stumble even more, can find themselves in the Big Ten title game. So a lot on the line here in these last couple of weeks for the Huskies. We thought we had maybe a little bit of a cushion. Well, that cushion has now been ripped from us because we took our one loss that we could take. And if we take another, we might have to kiss this season goodbye. Martin Elena is going to get us down inside the 20-yard line. It's been a good opening drive here against Wisconsin, the defending national champions, with no TJ Comella. TJ Comella did a lot for this team, did a lot of heavy lifting, and at 5-3, they are going to allow a touchdown here to Ben Tryon. But yeah, this is not the same team that just won a national title. It wasn't just Comella that left, though. This team was basically facing like a mass exodus as soon as that national championship hit. They had about a dozen players go pro, so they lost a lot. So this team at 5-3, they still are frisky, they still are good, but not as competitive as they were last year. Deep ball on 3rd down, incomplete, almost picked by Alea, and now up 7-0 with the ball, just trying to stay calm here. Not only did we lose that game, but Marvin Booker played his worst game of the season, this is a guy that completed about 70% of his passes all season. In that game, he completed less than 50%. So a rare, bit of inefficiency from Booker as he rolls here. He's going to run, and we couldn't also get Elmira involved as much as we would have liked. Elena couldn't run as well in the early downs. That usually sets us up for success. As 3rd down there, Elena gets taken out of bounds. That means we have to settle for a field goal, and a miss just hooked that one way right. So now we got to move on to the Wisconsin offense, where they have the ball in good field position, but a 3rd down and 2. Throw to the outside, that'll get them the first down. And out of bounds they go. 1.5 minutes to play as they hit in the first quarter a screen, and he spins away out of bounds. First down from the 38. They go with an all-out stop from Hofstrichter, and a complete domination of the backfield there. quick throw on third down. That derailed their drive, and it still, though, keeps them field goal range where they do not hit the kick either. Theirs was a lot closer, but, I mean, close not good enough. Both wide right. Both teams missing a field goal, and now still 7-0. Booker sacked, fumbled, and look at Corley, the lineman, picks it up and runs it forward to at least make it a no gain on the play. So that was at least nice, but Booker, now he misses Almira wide open, the flats, and Booker, he's really got to reel it in a little bit as a big play now hits for Wisconsin. But yeah, we need to really reel things in with Booker a little bit. He's just having a rough couple of quarters here as they'll throw up top. That's over the head of everybody, and third down and 9. And Wisconsin is going to avoid the sack. That sack would have just took them out of field goal range. Instead, they maintain it and kick from 48. Kick is good. So Wisconsin missed the field goal last drive, puts it in this time around. The slow start for the offense is going to continue for a little bit at least. And can we get something going on this drive, though? Third down, and Elena, he stood up shy. 4th and 1. And the Huskies are tired of it. They want to go for it. And ooh, that was so close. And we do have it. That was really close from Coley, but his big body just pushed through there. 2nd down and 5. And I mean, I don't know how much things would have really flipped if you didn't get that one. You gave them great field position, but it's a risk we wanted to take. And sometimes you take those risks to try to get that spark back going. It'll sometimes work, and it'll sometimes blow up in your face. But there we go. Elmira on the first down grab. Now set up the screen. And here goes Elena. We've been trusting him a little bit more week by week in the passing game, not just on screens, but he's got 5 catches today. And that's going to be like about as good as it gets for him in his career in the past game. He just did not come into the world of college football with a very refined pass catching game, which is why he was a 2-star prospect. But he's developed pretty nicely in that regard. Is Elmira. You can't leave him wide open. He jumps over a defender 25 yards into the 3-yard line. And Booker wide open. Obamanu touchdown. That was a much-needed drive sparked by a 4th and inches conversion. 3rd down for Wisconsin. Can they keep it going as they'll throw? Oh, picked up by Good, and they are turning it over. They could not afford that one, and we'll have it right back at the 23. And we've seen this before from the Huskies. You get a little slow stretch, but then once you figure it out, once you start catching fire, once you get in the groove, you start to figure things out, and maybe Marvin Booker could shake off those, 5 to 6 quarters of struggling that he had against Ohio State and to start this game. As from the 10, it's Booker throwing. There's Obamanu. How about another touchdown? And Obamanu finding the end zone again. 21-3. And Wisconsin hits a big play. They need points in the worst way if they're going to want to have a chance in this one. You can't let it get away from you as it goes out of bounds for 8 yards. 46-yard line. Quick pass. That's caught. And they are closing in on field goal range to close out this half. He'll start scrambling, find some space to the outside. That's a beautiful throwing catch. That's about as good as it gets on the offense and defense. You couldn't defend it any better as they get to the flats for 5. 3rd down and 8. There's just 7 seconds to play. They're taking the snap. They're playing it really safe. And they're going to take a shot for the end zone. Picked off. And we'll go to the half with a 21-3 lead Wisconsin. I guess they wanted to just take a shot at the end zone and then kick the field goal and just not really care about anything else. But the shot they took was a pick. And that is detrimental because that is going to prevent them from making it a 2-score game going into half. 21-3 your score, 200 yards of total offense, a lot of first downs. We'll move to the second half. 21-3 and Wisconsin with it first. And I mean, they really had a chance to double up. I mean, you go into the half of it's just 21-6. You score a touchdown here. You're looking at a whole different game. Now you're just trying to fight to stay alive in it. And they got a first down there, 2 picks on the day, and don't want to add to it. I mean, you go and turn the ball over another time, it just might be wraps for you as Wisconsin to the air. Throw in short, and he breaks the tackle. That's another one, a stiff arm. I'll get 9 on the play. 3rd down and 4. Sending the 4-man rush. Got the zone cover set in. Get to the outside, and he's got it. Westbrook's maybe needs to crash down on that one a little bit sooner as he'll throw the 36-yard line. And outside, wide open. That's to the 19. A red zone opportunity. And needing to find the end zone for the first time all game, they're at the 9. 3rd and inches. Sneak it. 1st down at the 7. As they move ahead. It's been a long third quarter drive, though, as they will find the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Took up almost half the third quarter to get there, though, which means you need to stop. Possessions are at a premium, and they can't start with a 1st down run like that. Booker, throwback screen. There's Tryon. Gets some nice blocking, and Ben Tryon. Can he go? 20, 15, and down to the 12. Ben Tryon, the blocking was phenomenal, and he was able to find the lane, get us into the red zone. More in Elena to the 8-yard line as Booker will go stretch. Elena again. Elena got it to the 5. 3rd down and 4. And they will go Booker to the air. Guess who? One more time. Obamanu has 3 catches and 3 touchdowns. 28-10. And just when Wisconsin was hoping that they were able to pull themselves into this one again with a 2-score game, the defense lets them down, and we now have to just make sure nothing silly happens and we can hang on here for a big get-right win. But 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, Wisconsin's offense, 3rd down and 5 from the 41. Screen for their back, and they will have a lot of space here. That's a first. That's a nice pickup as well. Gain of 12 on the play as they go quick bubble outside. And that's another one. So the Wisconsin offense is finally figuring it out, but I mean, it hasn't been able to be a mutual thing on both sides of the ball. When the offense is hitting, the defense isn't. When the defense is hitting, the offense is turning it over. I mean, you just need to, if you're going to beat NIU, you need to have a complete performance. Ohio State had that. Not a lot of other teams have had complete performances. It's been one or the other. 4th quarter, 9 minutes to go, and he's incomplete. 4th down and 5, and, well, Wisconsin will take a field goal, and that's really, you look back at that missed opportunity at a field goal at the halfway point, you would have been at 28-13 and could have gone for it to make it once again a 1-score game. You just really messed up there at the end of the half, and not to say that alone is going to cost you, but puts you in a rougher spot. 3rd down conversion to Tryon, 7 minutes to play, and this team is really getting to their clock control offense. They feel like they can just run at will on this squad. Elena, quick pass to the outside, hit it for the 1st down. We're under 6 minutes to go. And Booker, he'll go to the air as well. I mean, he'll throw an incomplete pass, but 3rd down and 11. Can you keep the drive going again? Elena in motion, and they will throw. And nope, Booker's going to run. A lot of room. Booker goes down. He doesn't even slide. He just dives down. 4.5 to go. Booker staying into the air. He'll go to Elmira. Stays in bounds, and he'll get 9 more. 3rd down. Run it from short distance. Not going to get it. 4th and inches, they'll go for it. And they're going to continue to run out this clock. Coley with the 1st down. You just can't stop him right now. Counter. Elena gets the block from Coley. And there goes Elena. 21 more yards. Booker to throw it. Swings it out to Elena wide open, and they just can't stop him. Booker to the air one more time. He's sacked, but by that point, you've ran off most of the 4th quarter. You kick a chip shot field goal, and you make it a 3-score game once again. And Wisconsin also is out of timeout, so it doesn't matter that you didn't score the touchdown. You did everything you wanted to do in the drive to make it so that Wisconsin has 0 chance of making a comeback here, which means this Husky squad, 3rd down and 1, is going to force 4th down, 4th and 1, and with the last gasp effort, incomplete. Game over. Huskies go to 9-1 in a big get-right game. Booker has a nice performance, 4 touchdowns on the day. And we now are just 2 games out from the end of the regular season, 2 wins away from punching our ticket to a Big Ten title game. And in order to do so, the last 2 matchups are not going to be easy. Taking on USC here, and we'll have a massive road-ranked opponent to close out the season. But here we are. USC is 6-3. They've been on the fringe of a top 25 ranking, and they are going to be a challenge here, but we have the home field advantage, And we still remain number 10 in the polls as a quick 3-and-out from us leads to our defense touching the field. Even though the win against Wisconsin was nice, it didn't give us really much of a cushion in the polls to really afford any mistakes. As a big 6-yard loss there. That's a pretty big setback, but the USC offense not going to really worry about it too much. They'll go and convert there. Now we move ahead, 3rd down, but a quick swing out. Running back's got a lot of space, and USC touchdown. Quick start for the Trojans, and now the offense for the Huskies take over. Just got to remain calm. We got to remain calm as Elena got 8 yards on the play. Obamanu shaking up on the play. That's never good to see. We can't be affording to lose any players. This is Booker scrambling. 1st down for Booker. That'll be to the 46 as we go with a little motion clear out the backfield and get it out to Elena on the swing. He'll have it to a 3rd down and 4 from the 39. Long distance field goal range. Don't want to settle though as Booker throws and a miscommunication picked off. He expected Boyette to just kind of sit there, and Boyette I guess just didn't want to. He ran away from it and it went right into a defender, picked off. And now 7-0 USC with the ball. 3rd down. Big shot down the field and a huge, huge play from Masarena to get us off the field there. Elmira on the completion. And we can just get right back to it. Miscommunications happen. Just shake it off. Move forward. 3 yards on the run. 2nd down and 7. Booker pump fakes. And then he'll eventually float one out there. Elmira can't bring it in. Tough one to grab. 3rd down and 7 for Booker. As he'll go outside, Elena can't bring it in. 4th and 7, the punt. And an unsuccessful couple of first drives for the Huskies. Meanwhile, the Trojans had a big one. And they started their drive at their own 10 and then hit like a 50-yarder there. 2 minutes to go in the 1st quarter and a broken tackle. And USC well on their way to going up by 2 scores. And we cannot afford to have this happen. This is looking a lot like the Ohio State game. As a read option, they'll keep it. And with room to run, it'll be inside the 10. Fighting off a tackler, but he fumbles the football. And Aurelius Aritz dives on it. We got the ball back. And a huge turnover. Booker, can you do something with it? He's rolling. He's running. And Booker has 7. 2nd down and 3. They'll go handoff Elena. 1st down as the 1st quarter approaching its end. Booker, a little completion to Elmira. Not able to get far though. Still 4 yards. We'll take it. Last play of the quarter. 2nd down and 6 outside. Cooper, 1st down. He's getting some playing time right now. More so than usual due to Abamanu getting banged up. That's a run from Coley for 7 yards. We'll go 2nd down and 3 outside. Boy, yeah. 1st down to the 33-yard line. Elena is running. We'll take 5 on the play. 3rd down and 1. Got 2 backs in the backfield. Read option. And Booker cannot get the block held by Elmira. 4th down. And it just going for the direct snap. Blown up. USC takes over. Huskies still scoreless in this one. And you're starting to ring the bell for an upset alert. I know it's still early on, but this has not looked good for the Husky offense. The defense is trying to just mask some of these mistakes. Can they get off the field here? Well, I don't know about that. With the way that they're running, receiver just pancaked Westbrooks. And that sprung him for a big run. Play action rollout. Get into the flats. Tight end. With room. That's a 1st down inside the 5. Goal to go. Huskies, what do you got? Hey, pressure, Alea with the sack. And Alea, big play, 3rd down and goal from the 12. And one-on-one, back of the end zone. Westbrooks picking up for his in a lacker run defense with an interception. We got to just score now as we're going to take a shot deep. Elmira and incomplete. Maybe if he got a little bit more on that one. I thought he had like a half a step, but tough one to bring in. 3rd down and 10 after no gain on 2nd down. Booker is going to find Elena short. It's 4th and 3 though, and they're going to go for it. We've done this before. Risky 4th downs to provide a spark. And we call out one for Tryon. Got it for the 1st. Seems like whenever we need the spark, it one day is going to backfire on us. but we'll keep on riding it out until it does, because every single time it's worked out for us. Tryon with another big play. Elena runs into the 29. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Booker, it's going to be Tryon again. Red zone to the 18. And finally, just convert through, and that's going to be a sack. 2nd and 18. And Booker, he's got, I mean, if he wanted a reception there from the back, he could have taken it. Instead, he'll run for 14. We'll take that. 3rd down and 4. They got man coverage. Booker just gets it out, and Elena can't reel it in. 4th and 4. Going for it again. We got a free play. Flag down, end zone incomplete. And it doesn't matter, though. Look at that. A huge play. Getting him to jump off sides. It's a back-breaking mistake for USC. Automatic 1st and goal from the 7. Next play, Elena dives in for the touchdown. He got met in midair, but he got just enough in. Tie game, and we needed that. Finally, the offense gets something on the board, but a minute and a half to go until the half. USC, I mean, a couple of mistakes there really hurt them. They fumbled it in the red zone. They threw a pick in the end zone, and then that offsides. But here they find themselves once again. They've been able to move the ball pretty decently. 28-yard line, under a minute to play, as they throw over the head of the receiver. 3rd down and 3, as they send the blitz over the middle. Broken up. Big break up. 4th and 3. Now they're getting risky. They're getting bold. Crucial play, and he's got it. Not only a first down, but a touchdown. Trojans, 40 seconds to play in the half. And Booker, can you get something going? It'll be Elena for 6 yards as they go draw play. Playing it safe here, but the run game, we really had a chance to get more, but kind of got caught up there. 40-yard line, 20 seconds to go. Boyette, that's a nice one. All right, into field goal range, 13 seconds to play. Booker, can you just figure something out? Play it safe. You do have timeouts. Booker, there's a lot of time being taken. Booker, there's 4 seconds. It throws it deep. He's got it. Cooper down to the 1 with 1 second. And now the Huskies, they're going to go send the offense out there. 1 yard out. Coley stopped. You get nothing. And they'll go to half, down 14-7. And you set yourself up 1 yard out, and you couldn't do it. Both teams almost 300 yards of offense in the half. And just 14-7 every single time. Both these teams were struggling to cash in. Trojans get the ball to start the half as they find a wide open man who drops it, but there's a flag. And even when we catch a break like that, we just let it get away from us. Roughing the passer. Move them ahead 15 yards. 2nd down, they'll swing one out of the running back. He's got space, and our playoff hopes are in the balance here. If we lose this game, you can kiss the playoffs potentially goodbye. You might be able to kiss a Big Ten title game goodbye. I mean, if we lose this game, it's not impossible for us. We could still maybe make the Big Ten title game, and then if we win it, we can maybe try to climb back in, but it would be way more difficult than we'd like, as the Trojans have to settle for a field goal. USC knocks it through. 17-7. And we had not faced a deficit like this since the Ohio State game. We weren't able to get it done there. Can we do it this time, though? Tryon leaning on him. He's got a couple of nice plays so far today. Under 7 minutes in the 3rd, as Booker is going to have 2 receivers open out there. He hits the more covered one, which is Almira. He'll get 10 yards, though. And 2nd and inches. And Booker loads up. He's got him open. Open. Tryon got free. 48-yard touchdown. And a huge play. Huskies make it a 3-point game. And USC takes over halfway through the 3rd. He's trying to run. He's short. He's short. And we're going to get the ball back 3 and out. And how about Tryon again? We'll go pop pass to him. That'll be 3. Tryon having one of his biggest games of the season. 119 yards as we go to 3rd and 3. It'll be a run. Elena, 1st down. That'll be 11 more. Elena up over 4 yards a carry again. But right back down he goes. No gain. as it'll be 2nd and 10 underneath. Elmira gets blocking downfield. Obamanu, he's just such a good downfield blocker at wide receiver at 38 yards. Booker over 300 on the game. And the lane of run is running through a defender. Touchdown! Huskies lead it! And the offense figuring it out as it's 21-17. Third quarter winding down. USC now no momentum on their side. They got to figure it out. They got to try to just piece together a good offensive possession. And they need to cash in especially. They've had their opportunities for even more than 17 points. And the keeper for the quarterback, a big run. 30-yard line. Here's field goal range. And out to the back it goes. He'll have a couple on the play. 4. And it'll be 2nd down and 6. They'll go play action. Check it down again. Running back's got it. And they'll be in the red zone now. Fourth quarter, just 40 seconds away. Another quick hitting screen. He's got the block and he's gone. Touchdown. USC regains the lead. And we'll be headed into the fourth quarter with a Martin Elena big run and a midfield possession where we are just down by 3. Playoff hopes, Big Ten title hopes on the line here. Booker, tight window to get that one in there to Obamanu right in front of a defender. Got it. And a 2nd and 4 run for Coley. And that'll be a first down. To the 30-yard line. We're in field goal range for the tie, and Coley runs it again for 5 more. Elena checks back in. We go play action. Get it out in the flats. There is Elmira with room to run, and Elmira spinning off a tackler. Elmira! 8-yard line. Goal to go. And the handoff, Elena will try to leap into the end zone. No, he fumbled! He fumbled! He did it earlier. He dove into the end zone and took contact. This time, he fumbled about the inch-yard line, and USC recovers. And now they have it in a 20-yard game there with the ball in their possession, up by 3, 6.5 minutes to go, and USC got a completion knocked away. We'll take the ball back, and Coley on the ground. We need to go and get another touchdown drive as another touchdown drive from earlier got ripped away from us. We just keep making a couple of mistakes that cannot fly as Elena on the reception gets a block. Elena wanted to go for a bigger play. He didn't just take the safe 10 to 15 yards. He wanted to go for the big time long run. He didn't. We'll end up with the first down anyways, though, as Booker is going to step up. He's running through a defender, and that'll give us 5 on the play. We're under 5 minutes to go, and Booker with a flag down. He's got Elmira, and Elmira all the way to the 3. But a flag, and not another poorly timed mistake holding. Make it 2nd and 15. Now 3rd and 15. And they'll go short. Obamanu. He's got space and he gets it to 4th and inches. It's so close. Come on. Coley. First down. First down. 3:40 to go. Booker outside. Obamanu. Out of bounds at the 12. And now Booker. Can he find the end zone here? He'll run it. Booker slides at the 1. 1 yard away again. This time we go Coley. Touchdown. And it's the Huskies lead with 3 minutes to go. Can USC rip out our hearts and destroy our hopes of the Big Ten title in the playoffs? And they go play action from the 42. Blowing it down the field. It's incomplete. 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10, clearing out the backfield. He'll throw it deep on Westbrooks. It's incomplete. 4th and 10 to go for it. It's knocked away. Westbrooks again. We'll take it back with a chance to end it. Coley slipping through. Coley with a first down. Booker on the handoff to Elena again. And that'll be another timeout. Use USC down to 1. A first down ends it, and it'll be 3rd and 7. We'll just play it safe on the ground. Coley can't get the first, and we'll kick the field goal. But that will make it a 7-point game with 2 minutes to go. No timeouts for the Trojans. Upset slipping away from them. They'll swing it out to the running back. He's gotten a lot of grabs this game. That one's short for 5 yards. They lose about 20 seconds on that one. Throw underneath. They got another first. We're just playing some bend, don't break. They don't have time. They only have a minute. Westbrooks, that's another play where they're testing, and this time they come out on top of it. And they got a free timeout for us too. And they go underneath with another completion. That'll be short of the line. That burns another 15 seconds off the clock, as we'll just let them have it as long as it's not a first down. And they get another cup grab over a Ritz now. 30 seconds to play from the 38. And with time, he's throwing it away. He didn't want to run. He had a lot of running room though. 25 seconds to go, out of bounds. He didn't like what he's seen. 4th and 10. Game on the line. Can he do it? No! Incomplete. And the Huskies survive. They survived 31-24, the second to last game of the season, the final home game for the regular season, and we move on to another big matchup. I said that we had another ranked opponent here. I said that the Big Ten title is, well, or in our own destiny. We need to make sure we take care of business. Well, this is why. Michigan State is 10th in the country. We've moved up to number 7. They're 9-2. We're 10-1. We're on the road. And a shot at the Big Ten title game is on the line here. If Michigan State wins this, they will have the tiebreaker on us. But look at how we're starting the game. Martin Elena, 67 yards. Touchdown, Huskies. Martin Elena hitting his biggest runs in the biggest moments. We're taking on a couple of other feature players here. Javonte Byam, a receiver we were looking at a couple of years ago. He's starting here as a freshman. Not only that, quarterback Carly Lenz is here for Michigan State, the dual threat, pure runner of a quarterback who has now gotten a couple of years to develop his passing skills, starting at Michigan State, and an incomplete 3 and out immediately for the Spartans as they go toss play. Elena loses 6 yards, and I'll play action. Booker the air, he will roll. He's got space and he will run it. Booker running more than he ever has in his previous 2 years as they'll run Coley's way. And look at Kellen Coley now! Oh, can he do it? 1 minute big! Kellen Coley! 49-yard touchdown! And you're not going to see Kellen Coley get 50-plus yarders and get plays like that on his side very often. I mean, he's not fast, but the blocking was phenomenal there. 14-0, Carly Lenz is running. Lenz got a nice one, and that's going to be what's difficult to stop. His scrambling is his best attribute. His passing game, I mean, they have worked to build it from the ground up to the point where now he's a competent thrower of the football, but it's still his running. That is his best trade, and a sack for Prince Serentine. It's 2nd and 17, and a move made to bring him down 7 yards and a 3rd down and 10. As Lenz will throw. Everyone going down the field. He's got a completion and off to the races. 41 yards to the 7-yard line. Lenz hands it, and they get into the end zone. A big response from Michigan State after our hot start with the run game. 2 massive runs as Booker just way behind the receiver. 3rd down and 8. Can we avoid a 3 and out here as Booker gets it out to Elena? Little too far behind him though. If he had it out in front, he would have been able to run for a 1st and more. But unfortunately, we got a punt, and Carly Lenz is really starting to heat up a little bit early on this first quarter. Lenz, after that 3 and out, has played a good drive last drive, and now 3rd down and 12 here. They set up the screen, breaking a tackle, and they will not get the first, though. At the 45-yard line, they do punt, will be backed up. But we have Seti Elmira getting a 1st down, and Elmira to the 32, and now 34 with a run. Kellen Coley again. Coley has now found another lane where he is just running it well. We try a little bit of trickery here, and we lose 9 on an end around. Try to get Try on the ball. Now we go 3rd and 14, and that was a missed opportunity. They were looking left, but if you've seen on the right side early on that play, Elmira got wide open off the bat. Just wasn't the read on that play, so have to punt it. And now Michigan State has got a great ball from Lenz. Wow, that was good. First quarter comes to an end, and Lenz got his team in scoring range. And throw it. Dave Meadow, caught, touchdown. Michigan State's responded. 14 straight from us, 14 straight from them. We're right back at a level playing field. early in this second quarter as Booker will set up a screen. Got Elena and waiting for the blocks to set up, and he does. And Elena will take that 17 yards on a first down. Tryon on a little reverse, and this time we tried a quick sweep. That didn't work, so we're going to have to put those away. Arrow all over them. And Booker hit as he's throwing on 3rd and long. Incomplete. Spartans take over in a play action. They will throw middle. That's going to be caught in a broken tackle. Spraying him free for 21, and Carly Lenz. It hasn't even been a whole lot of running from him. It's been the air, but Aurelius Aritz says no more. Picked off, taken back, and with one lineman to beat, he gets brought down. But Aurelius Aritz with another interception on his season to get us to the 27-yard line. Booker on the run, incomplete to Boyette. 27 yards out for that touchdown, though, is a quick hitter. And Obama on the curl route, 11 yards. As they go the run, Elena is got it close to the first down. That'll be 1 yard away. 2nd and 1. Elena again. He gets the first. He gets into the 2. 1st and goal. Let him finish the job. No, he can't do it. 2nd and goal. Elena's still in, but we'll throw it this time. Quick, and Cooper touchdown. We're really playing for that Big Ten title. Michigan's already punched their ticket. They went undefeated in the conference. They went undefeated on the season. The winner of this game basically is the one who will be representing, unless some tiebreakers that I am unaware of for Michigan State are not in their favor, but from all I have seen, it looks like it is going to be the winner of this game as Almira has got it incomplete. As we got the 3 and out, we got the ball back, and Booker is looking to throw it deep. Almira one-on-one, incomplete. 3rd and 10. A little bit of loud crowd making us have to suffer a little bit. And a false start. We couldn't get the play at the line properly, and we'll lose 5 yards. As with 3.5 to go in the half, they'll just swing it out quickly. And Elena will just have a couple, but not enough for the first. We'll have to punt it away, put the defense, put it in their hands. As look at Carly Lenz throwing it deep. Incomplete. Alea almost had the pick. And Alea, I mean, if he had better hands, I mean, the amount of interceptions he could have on the season. He's had a couple that he's let slip through, and that'll be a 3 and out. So on both sides, not able to move the ball in that possessions as they go quick to Boyette, coming across the field, and Boyette. That'll be another 12 on the play and looking to score before the half. Get it down to Elena. And Martin Elena, you can't lose him. He's been more and more involved in the passing game. Little by little as the season's gone on as Booker slides down for 2 more. We're down to 45 seconds in the half at the red zone. Over the middle, Amira, 1 man, and he jumps over him into the end zone. Touchdown. Seti Almira with 40 seconds to go leaves Michigan State needing a big play like that to maybe give themselves a little bit of hope to think they can score before the half. 41-yard line. He'll get sacked by Serentine. And 30 seconds to go. And they hit him for a nice completion, but 3rd and 5. 25 seconds to play. They got the first down right there. 1 timeout left, and they burn it. All right, they need to make sure they get out of bounds here or get a first down. They do both. And with 15 seconds to go, maybe you take a shot here as Lenz. He has got everyone to the end zone, and he'll throw it away smartly, not do anything silly, and they will take the field goal. So Carly Lenz handled that pretty good, and they will get a field goal to end the half. So something positive for Michigan State. It'll be 28-17. Huskies got off to that hot start on the ground, and they are now looking to carry the ground game into the second half up by 2 scores. As Lenz gets the ball to start the second half at a completion. And they are just finding all their receivers, not even really picking and choosing one over the other, but Lenz, you're going to see some plays like that. His passing game still underdeveloped, and it does cause some mistakes. So 3rd down, they aren't able to pick it up. So they go and have to punt it away early on in the 3rd, and Elena goes for 5. We'll get backed up to a 3rd down and 6, though, and a quick wide open play over the middle. Obama knew no one had him in the middle. Now I hand off to Elena again. Elena for 5 more. As we're really trying to control the clock here. We know that we can run the ball on this Michigan State team, and we don't want to give ourselves any chance for a mistake. Elena's over 100 yards on the day, and Coley also has been running it well. Booker on the run, and O'Meara's got it. 3rd and 1. There you go. Read option. Booker, he's close. He's not going to have the forward progress. 4th and inches, punt team out there. And how about a little fake punt? Sweep it to Coley. Fake punt, and it works. That is a big call there as Obama did with a big rally. And right off the bat, after the fake punt, a 23-yarder. And then Elena to the outside. Martin Elena's just jumping over, putting his body on the line for 15 more. You wouldn't expect a guy who suffered the injury that he suffered to be as brave as he is. But touchdown to Boyan. And that will be a 3-score lead, but usually you see a guy like Martin Elena sustain this like catastrophic career-altering injury, and they get really safe. They get really, they don't want to risk it. But for Martin Elena, he's got like this other, wiring in his brain to where he says, you know what, I'm already beat up, I'm already banged up. I want to just keep putting my body on the line because I've already done. In his mind, he feels like it can't get any worse. So he's been leaping, jumping, putting his body out there whenever he smells the end zone. And after a stop, we get the ball back. And 4th down, we go 3 and out. So we trade a couple of possessions. But Michigan State, I mean, they were really hot early on once they got past the 2 big runs that we had, tied it up. And they even got into the half with a field goal to at least pull themselves within striking distance. But in this 3rd quarter and now into the 4th quarter, it's been NIU dominating the time of possession and NIU just dominating the game in general as they need to find points. And they're finally moving the ball a little bit in this 2nd half. They got over 100 yards for that receiver as Lenz over the middle and another completion. So with 8.5 to go from the 34, they go over the middle, and that'll be a 1st down as they go with a quick bubble outside. And how about another 1st? He's got it in the red zone. 8 to go. Screen, a lot of screens. I mean, we are playing pretty far off, but look at that, Javante Byam. Impressive, and a touchdown. I mean, that's not even really his game that much, but hey, it works out. And he was tough to bring down. Their 11-point lead with 7 to go. And Huskies going to keep doing what they've been doing in this half, and that is just control the possession, control the ball. I mean, they got one of the nation's best rushing offenses, and they might as well use it to their advantage. Screen, Tryon, over the middle. Tryon! Oh, the blocking was set up. Ben Tryon, 62 yards, and a 3rd massive play. Touchdown. From 67, 62, and 49 are scoring plays, and if it wasn't bad enough already, Westbrook's with another interception, and they are just pouring it on now as we are going to add on a field goal. And then how about when Lenz gets the ball back with 2 minutes to go? Aurelius Aritz, whenever he catches interceptions, it's by the double. He doesn't catch just one. His interceptions always come 2 at a time. And we end up with 2 100-yard rushers, and Coley, Elena dominate the 2nd half, and we end up winning, punching our ticket to the Big Ten championship. We move up to number 4 in the country, meaning we're playing for a 1st round bye. Michigan is sitting at number 2 in the country, but they are undefeated. And you want to talk about dominant run games. Kellen Coley and Martin Elena combined only equal and maybe even still aren't as productive as the running back over on Michigan's side. Raquel Osgood is just shy of 2,000 yards on the season coming into this game and 20-plus touchdowns. He has carried this Michigan offense to an undefeated record, and not only that, you have incredibly talented players, Derek Bile, Julius Weston, and others on this Michigan defense. It is a punch-you-in-the-mouth defense with a punch-you-in-the-mouth rushing attack as we now have to handle this Michigan squad. 11-1 versus 12-0. Here we are. Big Ten title game for the first time in NIU history. We start with the blitz, and they go to the outside, completed for a 1st down. Michigan has it first, and you're going to get to see Raquel Osgood, maybe the best player regardless of position in the nation, and Osgood got him for a 1st down. Lynn Bryant injured on that play, and that's not a good sign to start things off with one of our linebackers going down when we're facing a running back like this. Osgood, 1st down again, and Raquel Osgood slipping and sliding his way for 19. He's already got 43 on the opening drive, and how about trying to add to it, but he loses 2. as they go goal to go from the 10. Osgood is down, losing a yard. 3rd and goal as the designed rollout pass caught and down to the 2. 4th and goal. They're kicking a field goal on the opening drive. Kick is good, but Raquel Osgood already had 40 yards of the opening drive. And Martin Elena, can we match their rushing production? That is going to be the question. Who runs the ball better, I think, is going to be who wins this game. And Booker running for 8 yards. We have 3 guys who run the ball because, I mean, Booker can run it too. Martin Elena driven down and losing yards. If it were 4th and 1, we might have considered it, but 4th and 3, we're not going for it. Michigan takes over. 2 incomplete passes. 3rd down and 10, and a completion where we get the 3 and out. So back-to-back stops on both sides. Booker, quick hitter, and Bomanu breaks the tackle on the 1st. There you go. We'll take that, beating the blitz the best way we can. Booker to the air again. And floated one outside. Opamanu can't bring it in. 3rd down and 9. And Booker is going to go deep. He's got him. Opamanu, no. He got out of bounds. And a missed opportunity. I think the throw was really the issue there. It led him too much to the sideline. If he got him maybe not towards the center of the field, but a little bit more central, he would have been able to get it. And we'll have a 3 and out on defense. So, I mean, the defenses are coming out to play right now, and Michigan, oh, here we go, Martin Elena, and not again, he did it last week, how about the same distance, 67 yards, he did it against Michigan State, and now against Michigan, that's our lead in the 1st quarter, and I said who runs it better is going to win. Well, now we are running it better, we have more yards than Osgood, throwing a deep middle in Michigan. With a strike down the seam, and it will go into the 2nd quarter. Osgood in motion. He can catch the ball too, and here he is out of the backfield. I mean, he is not just a one-note player. He is a good pass catcher as well. We like to split our reps in the backfield between Coley and Elena. Michigan, not so much. You'll see Raquel get 25-plus touches most likely as they'll throw over the middle here. 3rd down, touchdown. Wolverines score in the air. And that'll be their lead now, 10-7, as Booker will get sacked. And that'll be 3rd and 14. Floating one out there. Boyette, that's a great throw and catch and a 1st down in a long-distance situation. These types of conversions are going to be huge, as that one, a little bit of a rainbow. Maybe should have got that one there a little bit sooner. You could have gotten an extra yard or 2. Instead, it'll be 3rd down and 7. They set up the screen. Elena gets by the defender, trying to make him miss, and he can't. 4th and 4. And again, we will punt. If we would have gotten it a little bit closer, we might have considered going for it, but we don't want to, make too many mistakes against this Michigan squad, because if you do, you will pay for it. You can't give them any advantages. They are the best team in the nation for a reason as they go to the air at 3rd and 10. Floating one for a 1st down and a lot more. I mean, it's not just the running of Osgood. The passing attack is great as well. It's what makes them so dangerous. They are not weak in any facet of their team. And a stop in the backfield. Osgood, we are selling out to stop Raquel Osgood. And now 3rd and 5. Throw in, and it's caught. 1st down at the 7-yard line. Michigan, play action, and he'll go short, and that'll be a broken tackle, but only about 3 yards on the play. 2nd and goal from the 4. They go quick, and RPO, touchdown again. We sold out on Osgood, and we had to pick our battle, either let him throw or let him run, and there's no good outcome. Booker scrambles at 17-7 right now as they get a 1st down run. Now design rollout left side. Getting Booker on the move. It's where he is thriving. That'll be another 5-yard run. 90 seconds to go in the half. Can we make it a 1-score game? Booker, that's a nice one to Opamanu for the 1st. As 1:20 to go. Play action. And getting it to Elmira, who's open. And Seti Elmira. The 43 into Michigan territory. Blitz sent in from the Wolverines. Gets it out on the run. And boy, yeah, that's nice. Nice way to beat the blitz there. As he got a minute to go. And Tryon, that'll be short for 5. NIU timeout. They got 2 left. Booker quick. And that'll be Elmira right at the marker. They give it to him. 1st down. Hurry it back to the line. Booker is running in. And he's going to get sacked. They got to burn the 2nd timeout. 2nd and 15. Booker stepping up. Booker running and fumbles the football, but he picks it back up. He jumps on his own fumble. We'll hurry it up, 3rd down and 11. And Booker, he doesn't see anything he likes. He'll just get rid of it and almost picked. And that is a couple of really close calls. We'll just take that field goal. Go into halftime, 17-10. Michigan on top. NIU playing them close, but so far Michigan has shown why they're the best team in the nation. We got to come out here to start this second half. Our only touchdown being that 67-yarder, and Elena almost, if he would have gotten around number 13 there, he could have been gone again, as Elena stopped again. And you can see the respect that this NIU team has for Michigan's defense, to where they're not just going forward at will. Maybe you can argue that's playing scared or playing passive, but I mean, Michigan's defense isn't like some of the other defenses that we have played. They are a much more talented team, and quite literally, if you make a mistake, I don't know if you can recover. 3rd down and 2, we get the stop on Osgood. They're going to go for it on 4th down, and they're going to get it. So maybe they don't show the same respect for us, as they could have kicked the field goal for the 2-score lead instead. It'll be 3rd down and 10, but from the red zone, and they will go down the middle and hit incomplete. So now they'll kick the field goal, but you can see they had points in their hands, and they didn't want the field goal. They want the touchdown. So we need to maybe sit here and say, okay, we need to maybe get more aggressive here. We're down by 2 scores. Try on. There you go. 1st down and a lot more after the catch. Make it 21 on the play. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. And the run for Elena. They clog the middle. It's so hard to get out there. He's only got that big run. Elena, there you go. 1st down. 7 yards there. And into Michigan territory from the 40-yard line, as throwing over the middle. Cooper, that'll be 5. We'll take it. 3rd down and 5. Long distance field goal range. And middle, that'll be Obamanu. It was a decision to be made. If you didn't get it, would you go for it? But Coley now outside. Kellen Coley turns the corner for 20. 1st down and goal. And Booker is going to just have to roll left. The play action got blown up. He'll get it to Elena for 4. So nice job to salvage that after they kind of blew that play up, as they go quick hitter. Obamanu, touchdown. And they'll make it a 3-point game. Here goes Raquel Osgood, though. Osgood been a little quiet, but it's only because we're selling out on him. Play action is in. He's sacked. They fumbled the football. Oh, we got it a little more. The big dig tackle can't take it the distance. But the big man gets us to the 7-yard line with a chance to take the lead at the end of the 3rd quarter. And Michigan, it was one mistake. That was all we needed. And Martin Elena, touchdown. That's our lead. Martin Elena punches it in. And we were playing it pretty safe because we thought we could force a turnover. We thought we could get them to make a mistake. And Osgood fumbles it out of bounds. I mean, doesn't really matter. Didn't even get called a fumble. They actually reviewed it and overturned it. But still, Osgood, I mean, for a quiet Osgood game, he still got 150 yards, and he's in the backfield. Loss of 3. 3rd quarter winding down. 3rd down and 8. Over the middle. Oh, he's caught it. Broken tackle at 23. 26 seconds in the 3rd. Quick to the outside of the tight end. Makes a move. Michigan on top. Touchdown. And it's 27-24. As now the offense, you gotta do it again. 4th quarter starts, and Coley up the middle, enough for the 1st down, as they'll hit him with 9:30 to go. Play action in the flats. There's Elmira, and these two teams, I mean, they have a lot of similar stuff. They like to get their quarterbacks on the move. They like the play action game. They like taking shots like that, but boy, not far enough for him. 3rd and 2, and Elena, 1st down. Man, we had him up top. He just couldn't get enough air under it. Play action! Booker, no chance. Down for 9. 2nd and 19. And now Booker outside. No one was open. We like down the field. It's incomplete. 3rd and 19. Pump fake. It is his throw, and they got everything covered. Punt, and Michigan takes over. Already up by 3. We gotta keep them out of the end zone here. This is gonna be the deciding drive of the game potentially. They get a big one outside. That'll be 20. And they're in enemy territory, and they keep it going. Michigan to the 32 as they go Osgood. Osgood gets free! Raquel! That's another 20-yard chunk for Osgood, and this is prime territory for Osgood. Making a move, making a cut down to the 1. And they get Osgood to the end zone where he gets stopped. They sub him out. They get the backup in and let the backup vulture a touchdown. And Michigan, doesn't matter who scores it for him, regardless, it's a 10-point game. Elmira has him for 6. 3rd down and 4. 5 minutes to play. Out of the backfield is Elena, and it's not going to go far. 4th and 3. Here's where you got to go for it. You got to be aggressive. And Cooper! They say no! I think that's a first down. You can see Cooper caught it past the white line right there. You can see the line of scrimmage is at the white line. And Cooper were challenging that one. Obviously, he fell backwards, but forward progress should give him the first down. And they say no. No first down. Cooper fell the wrong way, but still, you would have thought forward progress gives it to him. And Michigan, that's a questionable call. And just a mistake. And we had our season end last year due to some shenanigans, and Michigan is going to score a touchdown with under 4 minutes to play. Here we go. Down by 17, Cooper with a big play. And now Booker, we need a miracle in this one. He'll throw it deep, and O'Meara, that'll be a completion. We'll take it. But 3 minutes, do you have an onside kick in you? It's going to be what you need. You can get a stop, but you need an onside kick at some point. Is Booker, they get the blitz picked up. He'll throw, end zone, Cooper, incomplete. 3rd and 14. As they'll go outside, Obamanu, nice job, 4th and inches. They'll go handoff, Coley, touchdown. Huskies down by 10. And they got to go for the onside now with 2.5 to go. As this is going to be picked up by Michigan. And we do have the ability to get a stop here, but it'll be a 1 timeout, 2 timeout, 3rd down and 15. Michigan goes down, no field goal range either, so we got the stop pretty easily, but we're down by 10, so yeah, we need to find a score, field goal or touchdown, doesn't matter what, and then we have to get an onside kick. Boy, yet along the sidelines, that's a first down. As with 90 seconds to go, deep ball, that's Cooper again. You could take the field goal here, but NIU's at least going to try to score the touchdown, and they are going to have in the field of play for 7 there. Lose a little bit of time, but they want to take their shots at the end zone while they can, but they're getting sacked for a loss of 3. Minute to go. Booker is going to float one. Got him. Elena, flag down. Another one. Another crucial penalty at a bad time. Hasn't really popped up this game too much, but they've had some before where it just pops up at the wrong time. They do get the first down. Cooper again, 21 yards out with 50 seconds to go. Here's where they're just going to start taking their shots while they can. It's incomplete, and they're going to take their shots. 2nd down and 10 as they get the rollout. Deep for the end zone. Cooper incomplete. 3rd down and 10. 40 seconds to go. Booker is looking for Elmira, incomplete, and they'll have to kick it now. So they lost a decent amount of time, but the field goal is good. It doesn't matter, though, with the time you need to get the onside kick. And for a chance, no! Michigan gets the onside kick, kneels it out, 41-34. And their quarterback just ripped us apart. We could not stop them. We sold out to stop Osgood, and even then, 28 carries for 155. 5.5 a carry for Osgood's a down game compared to his season, but he still had a great performance, and we just could not do much to stop him. Takes us out of a first-round bye, so we will have to go through the playoffs the long way, but let's get into the end of the season. Rewards aware. Heisman winner. Raquel Osgood, 2,000 yards. He hit that in the game against us, but the awards aren't just for Michigan. Seti Elmira, over 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, takes home the best tight end award, and We got one more as well. Alex Westbrook's 7 interceptions, 14 pass breakups will take home the Jim Thorpe Award. So without a first round bye, we got to go as the 5 seed and take out BYU in the first playoff game. Here is the bracket. We see Cash Riley sneaks in. USF, we beat them 51-7. They didn't lose another game. Like, I wasn't kidding when I said the USF was a good squad. They made the playoffs, and we just thoroughly destroyed them. Now, that game probably a bit of an outlier for them, but you could see, like, we took on some dang good teams. Ohio State made the playoffs as well. And now, we turn our attention to the first round of the playoffs. We won a playoff game last year. Expectations are high for NIU to not only win a playoff game this year, but to really compete for a national championship. So here we go. Take it over at the own 22-yard line. And the 11-2 Huskies started off with Martin Elena. A couple of runs here. And Elena for the first down. They'll have 9 on the play. Elena, one of the better running backs production-wise in the country. Obviously nowhere near Raquel Osgood, but a conference All-American level player as Elena is going to have another run for 8. So 3 early carries for him. 3rd and 2 in Elena down to 4th and 1. Going for it. Opening drive. Coley got it. And Kellen Coley for 12. So both these running backs going to see a lot of work here. And here you go, Elena. Catch out of the backfield for 6. So he's touched the ball quite a bit on this opening drive. And here he is again. Elena outside. And Martin Elena. 17 more. 5 carries. Make it 6. And Elena in the backfield goes down. 2nd down and goal. Booker will throw. They send the pressure. We got Elmira for a gain to the 5. 3rd and goal. Quick to Obama. Knew we can't reel it in. 4th and goal. And really a feeling out process here. We're gonna kick the field goal. Kick is good. We typically don't kick from that close, but don't want to make any rash decisions. First drive of the game, we want to see what we're dealing with here with BYU. I mean, they're going to lose 4 yards on their first play, but we're going to see just how our defense starts to hold up against BYU. These 3 points could be crucial later on. 3rd down and 8, though. Starting this game off with a potential 3 and out, but no, just enough for the first. As they go 1st down and 10, quick hitch route, and they got it for 7 on the play. First quarter over halfway gone as they hand it off. That's a broken tackle for a 1st down. And BYU moving it slowly but surely as they keep it on the ground again, much like our drive. A lot of runs. Give it to their back. Let them grind out little plays at a time. 2nd down and 5. Receivers downfield cover, and they hit one underneath for a 1st, and they are moving it really well. RPO, and again, and another hitch route. Just gets open this time on the left side of the field. 7 more. And BYU outside, diving, grab of the running back to the 20. And they go right option, pancaking our linebacker. They'll have it at the 10, basically goal to go here. And tackle for a loss of 1, 2nd and goal. They go running it up the middle, make it 3rd and goal from the 10. And under a minute to go in the corner, gets it out of the running back. And they get stopped at the 4. Field goal, and from the same spot as us, they missed it. We kicked left hash at the 5, hit it. They kicked left hash at the 4 and missed it. Now we go and take over up 3-0, but NIU is going to avoid the 3 and out. Try on. Nice job as they go Martin Elena on the carry, and Elena really leaning on him more and more. He's getting, very much well on his way to a 20-plus touched game, and he's got a 2nd grab there. And Martin Elena, a bit of a playoff performer right now. He had his best game last year in the game against Georgia in the playoffs, so maybe that's just what he does, but an incomplete pass there on 3rd down is going to lead to a punt. So NIU's defense back out there. They let him drive all the way down the field, held to a field goal. Got lucky that he missed it, but should probably be a 3-3 game right now. And BYU is running and a big hit, but he gets close to the 1st down. Another hit. That one is a 1st down on the sneak. But quarterback take 2 shots back to back right there. I don't want him getting hit that much, but look at that nice play where he drew the defender in, flipped it out to the running back, and got an easy first down. That's a nice job for the quarterback to get him down, but Prince Serentine on the stun gets the blitz in and get untouched for a sack as they go 3rd and 15 with a completion for the first. So got the sack there, set him back, but just couldn't capitalize on it. And BYU was really moving this football well. It's a little scary considering how little we have had the football since our first possession. I mean, we just barely have touched it. 2nd down and 3. They go quick to the tight end who's tackled by Serentine. That's a loss. 3rd down and 4. Play action from the 12. He's stepping up and throwing and almost picked. Could have had it. 4th down and 4. They're going for it. That's a risky call. And zone incomplete. They went for it and they couldn't get it. They didn't trust their kicker from that close this time around. And all of that from BYU's offense for no points again. 3rd down and 10 though for us. Can we get the first down? No, Booker just didn't have anything he liked there, so they're gonna punt, and Hoffrichter, he made the 4th down swat, and now a sack here to start the drive for BYU, and they're gonna have it 3rd and 16 as they drop to throw it. Can we get off the field on a 3rd and long this time around? Yes, we can. Prince Serentine again. Serentine's having a big half to start things out, and Obamanu on the return, and Obamanu gets some room to the outside, and that's a nice return to the 40. So getting field position in our favor a little bit as Elena slipping through. We'll take a 5-yard run. He's already got 10 carries, and Booker play action as he's got no one that he likes, and as he's throwing it, it goes right to a defender, picked off. Just went right to him. That is really unlucky. BYU taking over as they go option, and Prince Serentine again. That's going to go down as another sack. 3rd and 13. Serentine, is that 3 sacks in the first half? They go for the long 57-yard field goal kick. Sneaks in good. And we're tied up 3-3 with 1 minute to go in the half. Try on. 5 yards. 3rd down and 5. Booker, what do you got? Booker rolling. No one open. Booker incomplete. It's been a brutal half of offense. 3-3, 27 seconds to play. Serentine blows up the screen. Loss of 4. Prince Serentine once again derails another drive. 22 seconds to play in the half. And they will punt. NIU called a couple of timeouts just in case they get something here. Obamanu on the return. Finds some space. Obamanu past midfield. And Obamanu, there you go. That's what we call the timeouts for. 9 seconds to go at the 38-yard line. Booker, you get maybe one play. There it is. Boyette out of bounds. And a field goal try. Kick. Almost blocked, but it's good. And we'll take a lead into the half. So a really nice return, gifted us 3 points, but Prince Serentine is on another level today. Both these offenses struggling, combined about maybe under 4 yards of play between the two teams. BYU at 3.5, NIU at 4.5, but not a lot going on as it's another stop. BYU gets a 3-and-out to start their drive in the second half, and Obamanu on the screen. Oh, here we go. He was doing some nice stuff in the return game. Get him the ball in the open field. Now we got it at the 12 in O'Meara. That's 5 yards. We'll be at the 6-yard line. Elena carry 3 yards. Make it 4 away from the end zone. Elena, no. 4th down, and this time they're gonna go for it. Touchdowns are big in this, and touchdown is what we got, boy. We know touchdowns in a game like this are going to be crucial, more than usual. We went for it all, we got it. And now BYU, who's yet to find the end zone themselves, has to do it at some point if they want to win this game. And 7 minutes to go. 3rd down and 7. In this 3rd quarter, they're taking a shot deep, and it's a Ritz. He's got it, picked off. Aurelius Ritz got him, and the return will get him about 25, and a pick for the defense. He played that one better than the receiver did. And now we got the 10-point lead. We got the ball, and this offense can maybe start to get going, but 2 incompletions again. 3rd down and 10. And they hit Bren Tryon, 1st down. Tryon, huge. 47-yard line, design rollout. They got a defender chasing. He stops, he throws, he's got a Bomanu, and he almost stayed in bounds for even more yards. He's got 58 yards on those 2 catches on top of the punt return success, and they go with Elena for 7. Elena's been pretty solid this game. It's just the passing game's been the struggle, and boy, yeah, this one not a struggle. To the 5-yard line they go, and they try the keeper, Booker! Planted, loses 11, 3rd and goal. Don't do anything silly here. Booker is gonna throw to the end zone. Boy, yeah, touchdown! Oh, that's a score. Crown him for the 17-point lead. And while NIU's offense has woken up, the BYU offense has not. And the defense trying to make up for that game against Michigan where they allowed 41 points and over 500 yards of offense. They are doing a good job here. And Ritz makes that one an incomplete pass. 4th and 14. They're punting again. Obamanu already has like a 20-yard and a 40-yard return. And how about another one? Obamanu, another 20-yard punt return. And he's just gifting us good field position. Tryon on the jet sweep. No, he fumbled the ball. Tryon put it on the ground. BYU, scoop and score. Touchdown. And handing them a golden ticket to get back in this game. They still have work to do on offense to make it happen, but it would have been a whole lot different if that didn't just happen. Boy, yet he's having one of his biggest games of the year. 68 yards and 2 touchdowns after that one, as Booker will step up and run it. And Booker, that'll be another first down and a big run. In the 3rd quarter winding down, Elena has got 8 on the play. 3rd and 1. Kellen Coley checks in, and Coley can't get the first. So 4th down and 1. They're going to go for it. And a motion here. Booker flips into Elena, who gets to the outside, and a first down. A field goal would be nice, obviously, but a touchdown here we feel like can really seal it. We're on to the 4th quarter. BYU's not been able to score on offense into the end zone. Just that defensive touchdown. 4th and 2 here. We're going to go for it again. Elena, first down. And it's goal to go. But we know if they can't get to the end zone, they can't come up for a 17-point comeback here. Booker to the air. Booker rolling, and he flips into Elena. Touchdown! Huskies up by 17 in the 4th quarter. And BYU, you've run out of time here. Your offense needs to do something, or you are headed home. As they get a big run, you can't afford to run it very many times as they go play action. And he's stepping and running around, nowhere to go, and he's just going to get 6 on the play. But this has just been a phenomenal effort by the defense. Westbrook swats it down, 4th and 4. And maybe your game here, he makes one miss, but throws it into coverage. Picked off again. NIU taking over. Coley on the big run. Coley puts it on the ground and picked up by the fullback. Running it out of bounds. So bailout there from Coley, who weirdly put the ball on the ground there. Boy, yet with a first down grab to the 10, inside the 5. Coley reaches in. Touchdown. Huskies up by 24. And as we jump ahead, just 2 minutes to go, and BYU will finally find the end zone here, but by that point, they're down too much. 2-point conversion to give them a small chance. Serentine, one more time, blows up another play. And Prince Serentine is going to head to the sidelines. Watch us recover an onside kick. Serentine gets my player of the game for his unbelievable performance. I mean, my goodness, Prince Serentine had 9 tackles for loss and 3.5 sacks. Unbelievable, dominant game, the best game he's ever played, and we go to the next round where you see USF got dominated, so I guess when they ran into good teams, it didn't go well for them, but Cash Riley did win a playoff game, which good on him. We got to focus on ourselves, though. We are playing undefeated Arizona State. And this Arizona State team, they are undefeated for a reason. They are maybe the team that is a little more worrying for us due to the fact that in every game that the Huskies have played a top-tier quarterback, they've gotten torched offensively. Michigan, Toledo, Baylor. Those are the teams that have some of the better quarterbacks in the league, and they've torched us for each of the highest scoring games that we've allowed. Arizona State has that level of passing attack, and it's what's carried them to this undefeated record in the first round bye. Let's see if the defense, after their great performance last week, can hold up this time around, as NIU will start with the ball. Booker will throw as he goes underneath to Almira for 7 yards and a near first down as they go with Elena on the carry. He can't get wide. He's not going to get it. Disappointing to have to punt to start the game. But here you go. This Arizona State high-flying offense is coming to try and go to a national championship run for the quarterback. That'll be a first down. Oscar Rivas, the guy you got to worry about. He is about as good as it gets as he throws to the outside. 3rd down and 8. Can we get off the field here? No, we can't. Big throw in between a couple of defenders on the zone there. 32-yard line, play action. And rolling right, he'll throw it away, gets out of bounds, and it'll be 3rd down and 10. So could be settling for a field goal here. They send guys out on the first down pattern. A bunch of curls in that one right in front of Westbrooks as they throw outside now into the red zone. 6 yards. Now 3rd and 3. Read option. Ravens to the edge. He's down at the 1. And goal line package. Everybody loaded up, and they'll run it in. Touchdown, Arizona State. And you can already see we are a little worried about what the prospects of this is going to look like on defense, but not worry about this. It's Elena all the way. Touchdown, 75 yards. Marin Elena has come alive in these last couple of games. Michigan State 67 yards, Michigan 67 yards, and now 75 against Arizona State. He is just on fire right now, and Arizona State trying to respond with a big play to the outside. And a first down to the 46. Quick throw! Oh, it's Alex Westbrooks, the best DB in the country with interception number 8 on the year. And that'll give us the ball back. We may allow a lot of yards, but we also force a lot of turnovers, so that's where this defense thrives. Turnovers. Play action, though, as Booker will roll, and Booker will keep sliding down for a gain of 10. As they go draw play, Elena has got the first down. 1st and 10 now, new set of downs from the 46 as we go with the run, and Elena losing yards. It'll be a 3rd and long situation. We got both backs in play action as Booker will flow one. Almira! Seti Almira playing one of his final games. Could be his final game depending on the result, but we got a lot of big-time players looking to cap off their careers with a national championship. Booker, end zone! Oh, what a throw! Bomanu, touchdown! Just a laser! And Arizona State is not going to be able to complete that pass. That one almost picked off. 3rd down and 7. Ravens got a completion to the tight end. To the 48-yard line, and Arizona State sweeps it to the outside. Running back gets a nice little block right there, and Alea brings him down. Alea, another one of the seniors on this team, as they go quick outside and making a miss, as that is the other fault of this team. Westbrooks is an incredible cover player. He can't tackle to save his life, but you know, it is what it is sometimes. You can't be a perfect player. 20-yard line, though, and Rivas will go to the end zone. Touchdown, tight window, but he fits it in. Receiver hangs on, and we're tied up. It's 14-14, and this is still just the first quarter. As with under 35 seconds to go now into the flats, it is Almira is running through a defender. First down. Last play of the first quarter in what has already been a pretty wild one as they throw to the first down marker. Ben Tryon for the first as they go now play action again. Booker roll and throw and outside. Tryon gets around the defender, and Tryon just able to be one of the better rack receivers in the nation. And they go handoff again. Coley now. He'll get 3. Elena checks back in for 3rd and 2. Play action, and Booker gets away. Booker, he doesn't need to throw it. He just keeps it himself for the first. But Booker, nice job to get around the edge and away from the defender. He'll go play action again. This time, got Boyed. He's into the end zone. Touchdown. Huskies up 21-14. Arizona State taking over now. Curl out, got it in front of Ritz for a first. As they go hurrying it back to the line. This is a fast-paced, fast-moving offense, and a wide-open man! Oh, they lost him! Wide open! To the 14, Revis over 200 yards almost in the first half. Sarentine banged up. That is brutal. Sarentine's such an important player for this team, and a touchdown! Arizona State, 21-21. As Booker's screen blown up. 3rd down and 11. As Booker over the middle. Cooper is shy of the line. And they're going to have to punt here. And a punt in this game is a little rough. And not only that, it's not a good punt. It's short. It bounces into a player's hands. And oh, he's got it off to the races. Jukes out the punter. Touchdown. On the punt return, everything went wrong. Shanked punt. Bounced perfectly into a receiver's hands, and he just went free. That is brutal, and now on 3rd down, a 3-and-out after a sack. 28-21 Arizona State, and that one, Vallejo was a little quicker to react. That could have been a pick, or at least a swat. I mean, he's not the best with the hands, as, oh my goodness, Westbrook's almost had that one. And you got away with it there, as they throw again. Westbrook's able to get in on it, 3rd and inches from the 10, and quick outside of the tight end. They're inside the 5. This is ridiculous offense. End zone touchdown. And they got 35 points in the first half. 2 minutes to go in the second quarter, and not able to get the run game going all that much since that big run. Booker is gonna fire and miss Elmira wide open. And now Arizona State, you need to stop them. You need to stop. You've already allowed, I mean, the punt return touchdown's obviously not the defense's fault, but you've already allowed 4 touchdowns, and there you go! Maserena, Alea picked them off, and Alea to the 24, and you can't think of any time in which you need an interception more than this. You may allow a bunch of yards, but like I said, this defense is going to give you a couple of possessions back. And this is the one you need to capitalize on. Elena on the carry. He'll take 4 on the play. 30 seconds to go. Booker, we're taking our time. We don't want to leave Arizona State with anything. A Booker gonna run. Booker inside the 5. Dives. And touchdown. Marvin Booker. We're putting up ridiculous stats here in the first half. We'll go into the break. 35-28. Arizona State on top. Both offenses. 4 touchdowns. It's just the difference of that special teams score. That is the only thing separating these two, as NIU with the sack. And as you can see, Prince Sarentine has not come back into the game, and Sarentine, who is literally such a massive player, especially last week, is probably not going to be able to play the rest of this game. And as if we didn't need anything more hurting our pass defense, we lose our maybe best pass rusher, as that is going to be a completion there. And NIU's defense getting mowed over. That was Sarentine's replacement right there, getting mowed over on the left side. This is not looking good. You see how much he dominated last game, and now without him, they're going to be able to run the ball a lot better too, as they go to the outside and caught touchdown. Sun Devils unstoppable, 42-28. And we need to just keep pace. Like, this is a game we just need to keep pace. Keep pace and hope for turnovers. Booker will roll 3rd down, and Elena with the grab. It's shy, 4th and inches. There's no debate here. Go forward, and Coley gets the first. This is 4-down territory. I feel like maybe even for the rest of the game. Like, this is just one of those games you just have to ignore the logic, ignore the reason, just ignore convention. Go, 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 as you got from the 42-yard line. Booker gets a completion. Tryon gets past the defender, and a 1st down. Tryon for 18. As they go under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Booker over the middle. That's a dangerous one, but boy, yet reels it in. 3rd down and 4 on the ground. Elena is going to get the 1st down as another lineman banged up. 1st down as they go. Sergio Mira's way. Touchdown. Huskies respond again. Can the defense get a stop? Can they get a turnover? And the run game, they just can't make a tackle now. My goodness, a 1st down again. as they go second and long, and a completion, missed tackle, and 3rd down and 5 will hit. This is gettable here. Can he get off the field as Revis over the middle, he's open, and another missed tackle. Oh my, this is just difficult defense. If you love defense, do not watch this game. As they go to the outside, another completion, and getting by Westbrooks into the red zone. Revis is near 400 yards, and we're still in the 3rd quarter. There's a sack. Huge. And 2nd down and 15. Revis has got a completion. Touchdown again. What do you even do? As the 3rd quarter winds down, Martin Elena up the middle, and here goes Elena. Oh, can he get by him? Martin Elena. Oh, he's going to do it again. Just enough speed. 75 yards again. Touchdown. He's got 2 75-yard touchdowns, and we respond again. Can we get a stop? 49-42, still in the 3rd quarter. Pass is caught. Westbrooks for the 1st down. Revis has over 400 on the day, and he's keeping it because he's also a good running threat, and a big run for Revis. And he's down to the 23. 38 seconds to play in the quarter. Swing it outside, and no, Westbrooks couldn't make the tackle. And that'll be, instead of a loss, it'll be a 3rd down and 5. Revis in the air, and he's going out to the running back who's shy. That's a stop. 4th down and 2 to start the 4th quarter. They're going to go for it. It's a big call. He stopped. Stopped by Alea. We got to stop. And Coley will take the carry. That is bold to not take a 2-score lead as Cooper. 1st down. I think Arizona State, though, understands they've allowed 42 points. I mean, they know that they can't stop us either. I mean, it's not one-sided. They can't stop us right now, as that's an incomplete. 3rd down and 8, though, as with 7.5 to go, Booker is going to have Elmira over the middle, open for a 1st down. Another injury on the offensive line. 1st down and 10, though, as look who's wide open in the middle. Martin Elena, he's over 150 all-purpose yards and nearing 200. Booker on the screen. Here's Tryon. Gets a nice block to the edge. Tryon is into the red zone at the 15. 6 minutes to play. NIU slowed it down a little bit just so they can get a breather for their defense. 1st and goal, and inside, Elena, touchdown number 3. We're tied up 49. And NIU took time on that drive, like I said, to give their defense some time to breathe. They have not been able to breathe much. They've been chasing around everybody. It's 3rd down and 2, and the run, no, broken tackle, and a big run into Husky territory again. And Lynn Bryan down now, and a lot of injuries. I mean, yeah, we're tired. We're beat up. We're just tired. We can't make a tackle. 3rd and 1. Can we get off the field here? The run play. Hey, stop short. We gotta stop, and they're kicking a field goal. And the kick, 52-49. We are up over 100 combined points, over 1,000 yards of offense between the two teams. And Obama knew for the 1st down. We are at 3 minutes to go. It's in NIU's hands. They could go on a touchdown drive to end this game. At the very least, though, you need a field goal. As Elena to the edge. Martin Elena over 200 yards. Martin Elena's best game coming in the biggest time. Incomplete pass, and it's 3rd and 9. Do you got something dialed up here? Well, it's Tryon on the screen. Tryon. 1st down with 2 minutes to go. 32-yard line, pump fake, Booker to the end zone, and well, if you were trying to hit the crossbar, that's dead on accuracy, but that's not the goal here. Quick to the flats, Tryon will get us to a 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 5, 90 seconds to play. Booker play action. Booker, he could run, but he's trying to extend the play, and he gets sacked. And Booker hesitated, and that's all it took to stop this drive. We're kicking the field goal. Kick is good. Under a minute, and it's in Arizona State's hands. Can we force overtime? And no, that's not going to be a nice start. Arizona State now, they think they can get a field goal on this drive from the 40-yard line. Throw is going to be broken up. 3rd down and 8, 27 seconds to play. Can you just get off the field here for overtime? Deep ball! No! Caught! to the 32. And NIU, they're going to kick the field goal now. And the kick is good with 14 seconds to play. 55-52. We'll get a touchback. We'll get a quick offsides penalty to help us out. And we're going to need about 35 yards. And we have 2 timeouts and maybe 3 plays to do it. That's going to be fine to start 10 yards there. 9 seconds to play. And it can't find anyone open. That's quick pressure. Really quick pressure. 7 seconds. You get 1 play to set up a Hail Mary or a field goal. Dead ball intercepted. He just tried to force it for field goal range. And the game is over. 55-52. And Arizona State marches on and stays undefeated. Revis threw 50 times for over 400 yards. Martin Elena ran for 200 yards. They had 3 different receivers with 9 or 10 catches. And we just could not stop them. And I said that this team had an issue facing elite passing offenses. Our cornerbacks are great ball hawks, but they're not great tacklers, and they will have their losses. You get to the end of the season stats. Marvin Booker, I felt like he upped his running production, and he was a better runner, more willing runner. I felt like as a passer, he just stagnated. I mean, like, not to say he was bad, but it was basically identical stats from last year. He didn't show massive strides. Martin Elena, though, 1,600 yards. He closed the season on a 5-game 100-plus yard streak, including his biggest game in the biggest moment. Kellen Coley was a real joy to watch. He ends up with almost 800 yards and 11 touchdowns on 6 yards a carry. Speaking of a joy to watch, Ben Tryon, 1,100 yards, 600 yards after the catch. Only 2 100-yard games, but he was just so consistent. And Seti Elmira ends his career as a 1,000-yard, 11-touchdown, best tight end award winner. And he has 5 100-yard games. He is just one heck of a guy that we love to have. I don't know how his game's going to translate to the NFL level, but he will be on his way. One note I will give, Prince Sarentine was dominant in the playoffs until he got hurt. And that injury he suffered, I don't want to say that was the reason, but we really could have used Sarentine in that second half. Masarena Alea was phenomenal for this team. Just a jackknife player who could do it all and help us out quite a bit. Alex Westbrooks and Aurelius Aritz, each with 8 interceptions. Westbrooks had 8 picks, 15 pass breakups. He just couldn't tackle. He's just not a good tackler. And it's okay. You don't, expect your corners to be great tacklers. Aurelius Aritz had 8 picks, 12 pass breakups. He lost a lot more. He's the one, if you're picking on the 2 corners, you picked on him a little bit more. Masarena Alea, though, also 16 pass breakups. Alea was just phenomenal. We just got picked apart in the receiving game. And you go on to the semifinals. Toledo got blanked. That was 45-0. You go to the national title game. Arizona State, it ain't just us. They dropped 52 on Alabama. They dropped 53 on us. 52 on Alabama. A national championship. Arizona State versus Michigan. And even though Arizona State put up 33 points, Michigan's 45 is going to be enough to win it. Revis had a great game. Not enough. Raquel Osgood, 9 yards a carry almost, and takes home a victory. Here are the stats of the other players that are notable. There's no shame in losing to an Arizona State team that dropped 52 on Alabama, even 33 on Michigan. That's roughly what we scored against Michigan. But this team wasn't perfect. Tobias Azur, though, my goodness. I mean, you could see why we were targeting him. 1,700 yards as a freshman player. And, guys like Cash Riley, their careers are coming to an end. So we'll say goodbye to him. A couple of other guys. But, I mean, you could see that this team had some issues. Losing Frank Stye in the middle. At safety, Shaq Elba was just such a certified, reliable free safety. Alea plays in the box. I didn't feel like our back-end defense was as good as it could have been. We forced a lot of turnovers and a lot of swats, but, I mean, we also gave up a lot, and a lot of it in garbage time, but a lot of it when you're playing top quarterbacks when it counted. I also just felt like we couldn't generate as much pass rush as we would have liked. I mean, Prince Sarentine was the only double-digit sack guy that we had, and even then, he got like 3.5 sacks in one playoff game to put him over that mark. He had 11 sacks, so it just felt like when we played the good teams, we could not get pass rush that we needed. Go to the end of the season, though, and Cortez Cook, he did tear his pec. He missed the entire season. He only played one game, and he only played like about half of that game. Now, obviously, I would not typically go and convince a player to stay. If you want to leave, leave. But for Cortez Cook, it doesn't make sense for him to leave. He missed the whole season. He wouldn't be a good draft prospect. I mean, it makes no sense for him to leave. So that's the only instance in which I convince the player to stick around, just because it makes sense for the player. Now, look at the draft prospects that we were able to send to the NFL. Hofrichter in the first, but Alea in the fourth is going to be fun for any team that grabbed him. Almira went in the fifth. I mean, he's a 6'2" tight end who's not really like a traditional tight end, so I at least, I guess, understand that a bit. Ritz went in the sixth round, a lot of picks, but also got beat a lot. I guess I understand that. He's not maybe got the greatest NFL speed. You know, like, we go and celebrate these players, but you know, when you're looking at them from the NFL lens, them as prospects aren't as, they're not the same level in which we seen them in and how they impacted our team. You know, there's reasons why a Ritz would be a day 3 pick. There's reasons why even somebody like Almira would be. I think Almira should have went higher. I think Alea's physical traits should have made him go higher, but you know, it is what it is. Here's our recruiting class that we are bringing in. Very much focused on the transfer portal. We're a win-now team, obviously. We don't need to develop a bunch of players and try to build a foundation. The foundation's here. It's just up to us to go and push through, break through. We made it to the second round twice now. We just got to go and make it to the semis, make it to the finals. We end up with a top 10 recruiting class, top 10 in regular recruits, top 5 in the transfer portal. 12 players coming over and a couple of really nice ones. So we have a number of really nice players that we had to leave behind, obviously, with Almira and Obamanu's gone. We lose out on Hofrichter, who was a 1-year guy. Alea's going to be the one that hurts us, I think, a lot. He was a real enforcer for this defense. Prince Sarentine as well, really key run defender for us. And Aurelius Ritz as well. But Westbrook stuck around. Marvin Booker stuck around, and here's going to be what this team is looking like. Marvin Booker is going to be a 4-year starter for us. I felt like if Marvin Booker had a bigger year this past season, he would have, you know, went to the draft and would have been a big-time prospect. He just kind of stagnated a little bit. It's going to be up to him to try to have a bigger year. Martin Elena, senior season, coming off a big year. We'll see what he has. And alongside Kellen Coley, who is now looking to really break out into being a star. And look at the breakout for Ben Tryon. How about a +9? And if you thought he was shifty before, oh, you have not seen anything yet. 99 agility and a little bit faster form. We're so excited for what Ben Tryon can do. We end up also grabbing Joel Boodle at the transfer portal. He's going to be another receiver for us. A new tight end, Jackson Shafir, who played a little bit last season as a number 2 tight end / fullback. He's going to be taking over the big shoes to fill of Steady Almira. We do not expect him to be able to do quite as good. Cortez Cook, coming off his torn pec, is going to be back this season. The offensive line looks to be phenomenal this year. How about 90 pluses across the board, basically, and David Sims being a 95. At edge rusher, a new group of edges, but a deep group of edges. D tackles, though, they stay the same, just another year of development. Lynn Bryan takes a big jump. We're really excited for Lynn Bryan. And how about Alex Westbrooks and Jalen Waller? Jalen Waller was the nickel corner last year. He played pretty well, had an interception as well, was a little bit more under the radar, but Alex Westbrooks won best DB last year, and he's not done this year. He's got another season in him, as we will be starting Breeze at safety, who was one of our guys from last season, and another new safety will be coming in as well. So a couple of new players on this team will be here to make some big impacts. But you can see we're 99s across the board. We don't have much of an excuse here. It's time to go out there and compete for a national championship. We've got a tough schedule ahead of us, but we're in the Big Ten. We expect that. So we're also going to be playing, I did one rematch. Bobby Jennings is going to be who we play up against again, because Jennings stayed for another season as well. And that will basically do it. You get to see the depth chart here. Here's what the team's looking like, but that will do things for this season. I thought it was a really nice season. would have loved to get past Arizona State. I would have loved for the pass defense to just kind of toughen up a little bit at the end there and play better against these top flight quarterbacks. We're going to have to see how it goes this season with 3 new starters in the secondary. But I hope you guys all enjoyed. Let me know what you expect for the next season. And if you enjoyed, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff to be, really helpful to the channel. And I will see you guys all in the next one.